right, we're gonna start in probably 2 minutes, everyone. I'm just checking everything, see how everything is. All right, we're gonna start in probably 2 minutes, everyone. I'm just checking everything, see how everything is. Mm. Got you like bitching out, like bitching, got you like bitching out, got you like bitching out, got you, got you bitching out. How's everybody doing so far in the live chat? Salute to everybody who's already there. Um, I'm just reading a few things. Let's see. Let's see. Salute to Kick UTKUDO. I mean D19. What's going on? Salute. Give yourself a shout out, player. Um, so everybody, we got a lot to talk about. Um, if I give you a song, will you play it? Not now because this is coming. This is on 3 playlists. But if anything, if you give me an album, we can do a listening party. And I'm gonna start doing that for a lot of people who are artists, entertainers. We'll start looking at your art and we'll just do a whole show for you. So yeah, I think that's a great idea. Shoot me an email and we can talk, definitely talk off of this. It's it's slow songs. No, it's cool, but like I said, we'll talk you know, off a live chat and we can see where it goes. I'll listen to it, but we can all do a listening party for your music if you like that. But I'm gonna jump back into this and definitely and shout out to you and your legacy that you're creating. So yeah, um, and we're gonna start in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And welcome to the Bronze Reaper podcast. I am your host, Rosalind Perkins. How's everyone doing? I hope everybody's doing is actually great. I want to say something. The last podcast that we had of the Bronze Reaper podcast, we actually did good numbers comparing that we only did a 2.5 hour. Was it 2.5 hour? Let me check, everyone. Yeah, we did almost 3 hours. 2:53. Um, and we all love the show, but I had what's going on, Randall? Salute, salute. But I had a lot of conservatives jump into my live chat, well, in my comments, and gave it a thumbs down because of the comments that we said that we all said that they thought was very, very insensitive. In the beginning, I said, I respect your opinion, salute. I woke up, not well, I didn't wake up. I took a 10-minute nap at work. I said, yo, let me take a 10-minute nap. I took a 10-minute nap. Then I went back and looked at them comments. I was like, you know what? These motherfuckers is trying to really tell me how to run my podcast. I just, yeah, yeah, I got it on. You know, I didn't have time to work out. I was gonna work out, but I was looking for some a topic. Then I found something. It popped in my head. We're gonna do a topic and two reaction videos. Um, do you want to learn Turkish words? Yeah, another time. Definitely, we could do the Turkish words. This is an announcement of what happened to one of the shows. Um, it's very, very crazy. So I can go back and tell y'all what was said, you know. And let me tell you what was the video that actually got them. The Conservative Party is the new face of victimhood and anti-American. Mahaba. Mahaba is hello. Okay, salute, salute. What's going on, Shabaka? FBA is no real and relevant movement. FBA isn't even a debate channel. No one is reality. No one in reality cares FBA. Well, nobody cares about, punctuations in your household, but I don't complain. I just deal with what you be saying, Shabaka. So now I'm a puppet. I'm the puppet master now, huh, Shabaka? Jesus Christ. Let me just. You was late because you was working. Nah, I didn't. Nah, I took a nap. I took a nap before I got everything ready. So that's my fault. But it's crazy because like if you don't like the show, you don't like the show. The show is not for you. But to come to me and complain of how do you, not even tell me why that you're not even, complain. Didn't you open the song? No, you never emailed it to me. My email's in the description and we can chat. Um but yeah, it's just it bugs me because at the end of the day, I don't mind you judging. It comes with this territory. But you trying to tell me what the fuck and how to do my show after I put 2 years into the show, tell me, oh yo, you need to say this, you need to say that. I have a problem with that. I try to do it the proper way. No, the proper way doesn't work for these conservatives and these white supremacists, you know? And like I get it. I get it. I hurt your fucking feelings. If you would have been like, "Yo, I'm in my feelings because, what you said." Okay, my bad. But when you start saying shit like, let me give you an example. Because I have got 13 comments just off of this fucking show. The comments. Oh, are they gonna even let me see it? Publish. Uh, oh, these niggas ain't even trying to let me look at my comments now, huh? Oh no, we're gonna look at these comments. I'm gonna find them. Huh. I would say being murdered does, in fact, make you the victim. Having mean things to say to you does not make you a victim. So I said, these liberals got you bitching up now. Shake my head. What happened to men should be men? That's what I said to one person, another guy. When you gotten away with so much for so long, corrections can seem like oppression, and that other side seems like victims. No, brother, it's retribution. I gave this one a pass. I was gonna say it offends me when you stop calling me brother. It offends me. Actually, I should put that. And please don't call me brother. It offends me. Yeah. Well, I'll do that later. And I said, one guy said, haven't watched the video, but with the title with like that gets effed up. I said, well, watching subscribe. That's all I told this man. Other one. I mean, if you need the what? Give me a second. Let me see. Shout out to UTK UD19. Salute to you, player. If you are not going to open it, make a heart with your hands. You talking too fast. I don't understand. So this is what I need you to do. I need you to email me. We could do that on another show. We already got this show planned already, sir. Shout out to FBA Convo. Salute, salute. Um, so I'm getting emails like that. White people complaining to me, white conservatives are complaining to me of how insensitive the show is. And I had to explain to them, I was like, well, you know what? Y'all been doing this shit forever. You know, we have y'all been doing this shit forever, and all of a sudden a mediocre white man dies. We need to stop everything and ask if we all right. Is we gonna be all right, master? No, we ain't gonna do that shit. We are not gonna do that shit. Today we have a. Let me tell you something. We have a bitch problem, in this era. Men want to be men, but men don't know how to be men. We got the Andrew Tates telling niggas how to be men, and this nigga like bussy. This nigga be having anchor for bussy pornography. We're not gonna sit here and act like this motherfucker Andrew Tates is the men of all men. That's impossible. We're not gonna act like all these conservatives can teach anybody how to be a man. We can't do that today. We have told the truth. We have not lied on these conservatives. These conservatives have a problem with the truth. These white supremacists have a problem with the truth. A Rosalind Perkins don't have a problem with the truth. The tether hunters don't have a problem with the truth. We never had a problem with the truth. FBAs, Foundational Black Americans, even I will even say ADOS. We never had the problem with the truth, because you know why? Y'all been trying to control our community for the last 90 years. All of a sudden when we say, yo, we're not helping y'all niggas need to hang, handle shit yourself, y'all niggas got a problem. Y'all niggas got a problem. If you're a white supremacist, if you're a white conservative, a coon conservative, if you want to come on the panel today within the hour, I will let you talk. I will let you talk. But other than that, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Don't get mad at us because your nigga got popped and y'all niggas didn't do anything. And the worst part, y'all got shot by a fucking tree hugger. You got shot by a motherfucker that probably hugs trees and has anchor for pussy. And he's proud to tell you that he loves pussy. But with y'all conservatives, you're mad at, and I'm going to say this to a lot of conservatives. You're mad at liberals because at the end of the day, they could live with the truth of what they like and their preference and their orientation. But y'all can't. Y'all have to fake being men of men. Y'all have to fake being men of men. There's an issue with that. There's an issue with that. You know, let me see what Shabaka said. FBA is trying to achieve anything. People, FBAs are puppets of the system. All they do is degrade and insult Africans and the black diaspora. I'm gonna say this, Shabaka, today because I'm on one today. Stop being a bitch, man. You gotta stop being a bitch. You know, you talk about all this, masculine and all this other shit. You sound like a fucking conservative. A bitch ass, punk ass conservative. We already know you a sucker. We already know you a sucker. But Shabaka, you gotta stop acting like a bitch, man. How the fuck? Let me ask you, by all means, man, have some type of dignity in yourself. You have no fucking dignity. You have no honor. You have no honor at all. You listen to a nigga who throws spear chucker, who's a fucking spear chucker, who throws fucking spears everywhere. Them niggas make y'all wear dashikis. And dashikis didn't even come from Africa. I'm just being personally honest. None of y'all niggas, give me a second. None of y'all Pan-Africans niggas haven't got it in 90 years. 80, 90 years. And now y'all want us to, trust y'all again. No, nigga, y'all gotta earn our trust. Get something, let me tell you something, Shabaka. Get something popping. Tell Pan-Africanism, get something popping. Stop giving out fucking wolf tickets. Stop selling wolf tickets, my nigga. Cause you worry about black Americans so bad who want to delineate from y'all niggas. And nigga, why do you care? You about to move to Africa. So why do you care what black Americans do? You know, it's just like, yo, this is a new thing that's popping off now. Niggas is actually really doing something. Niggas is actually, putting in 100%. Niggas is making this their career. This isn't a job. This ain't a hobby. This is our lives. We're actually working for something. We're stamping our name on history right now because y'all couldn't do it. What y'all would have done with our reparation, you would have took our money and ran after Africa with our money. Just what Dr. Umar did. Y'all ain't no better than Dr. Umar. None of y'all niggas. That's why I always have a problem with y'all niggas judging Dr. Umar because at the end of the day, y'all niggas is the same thing. You and Kwame. Y'all ain't no different from Dr. Umar. You talk about what you used to do. Then you had this raggedy old ass Jamaican nigga talk shit about what you done. Then when I defend Your legacy, this is you. Well, he does make good points. That's a bitch. That nigga just bitched you up and you didn't even do shit. Then you want to come to me and act tough. Nigga, you're a joke. You are a joke. But like I said, Shabaka, if you ever wanted to get on the panel, you could get on this panel. You could say what you want to say. You can even promote that raggedy ass Pan African bullshit. I let you. I will let you. But y'all niggas, I'm gonna be personally honest. A lot of y'all Pan African niggas ain't no better than the conservatives. All jokes aside, all y'all do is hijack people's shit. Then you want to tell niggas what to do with this shit after they got it. You couldn't do it. We got niggas talking about reparations. Before this foundational black American shit, reparations was unreachable. It was impossible. We made it possible to even have it talked about. Like, yo, these black people need some type of reconstruction. Black Americans need what they're owed. And let me tell you what's gonna happen. Shit's gonna get super bad where they're gonna be paying more than what they need now. $200,000 to $300,000 ain't gonna be enough. That shit's gonna keep on going up. I'm being serious. You think that lineage died because we died? No, that lineage don't die. That depth is still there. That depth is still there. That shit ain't stopped. That shit don't disappear because y'all fucked up. It's just, let me tell you what it is. Y'all just mad because y'all are not going to get it because y'all immigrants. Y'all should be fighting England and Spain. Let me tell you something. England and Spain, I mean, Jamaicans in the Caribbean, certain Jamaicans and Caribbeans are in good position to get reparation because you know why? They can get it from Spain and England. Spain and England. So we can't act like this bullshit does not exist. We can't act like, oh yeah, these niggas wasn't oppressed. You know, and this is why I put the the conservative party's debacle. It's a shit show. This let me tell you something. These conservatives don't know what the fuck they're doing. They're fucking idiots. They're dumb. They listen to a motherfucker who I don't even think has a fucking college education. He just had money and great management. This nigga couldn't even manage a fucking Krispy Kremes, but y'all giving him so much credit and so much power to do it. Y'all niggas is crazy. This is why foundational black Americans say, yo, let these niggas fuck this country up. Have them coming crying back to Black Daddy as always. Conservatives always cry back to Black Daddy. They want Black Daddy to help them. They want Black Daddy to save them and big brother them as always. We big brother them out of the fucking wars, out of fucking treaties, out of just helping people. The reason why America looks great is because of Black America. Bullshit, Pan-African people introduced No, y'all didn't. Shut the fuck up, nigga. You sound fucking idiot. You sound like a fucking idiot. I'm gonna be honest. I don't even want to finish reading that dumb Pan-African bullshit. All y'all are parasites and bloodsuckers. That's all Pan-African. Give me a second, everyone. All right, I fixed it, everyone. Um, hey, what's going on, E Will? I mean, sorry, not E Will. What's going on, Jeff? Salute, salute. Um, but yeah, it's just like if you're gonna get mad at me, be mad at me. I don't mind you being mad at me, Shabaka. But I'm not gonna sit here and lie and act like you Pan Africans did anything. Y'all made a fake ass Kwanzaa. Y'all made some fake ass African words. Africans don't even know what that word is. You know why? Because they don't even follow their own religion. They follow the European religion. That's why they run around here talk about their Christians wearing fucking crooked wigs and shit. Because they want to be them. Like let's personally be honest about this, you know, and I know it seems like I'm beating up on you. But I don't give a fuck because at the end of the day, you're the person who passes all this false knowledges to these youngins. You fucked our generation up. And I'm going to be personally honest, Shabaka. You and these Pan-African and all these fucking black gatekeepers, what's going on, E. Will? Y'all fucked this generation up, Shabaka. You and these Pan-Africans and these boule niggas. You fucked my generation up. You think we're going to sit here and let you fuck this generation up right now? And we worked hard. We've been fighting. We've been using tactics. Yo, we were strategic about anything. I'm telling you the truth. You fucked the generation up. You and the civil rights activists fucked the generation up. You was the one that said, okay, you know what? Let's work with the devil. Let's make this shit for everybody. And you knew, and I'm going to say you knew how these motherfuckers were. We have a glorious African history. What African history? You mean black history? African history is trash now. It's now what have we done for us lately? What's up, everyone? This is chocolate. Shout out to Randall. Shout out to E. Will. Shout out to Jeff. Shout out to Shabaka. But y'all fucked this generation up. So all of a sudden when we're like, yo, we ain't fighting for none of these ungrateful motherfuckers ever again, you're mad. Oh, we're all of one. We're all brothers. We're all sisters. After these motherfuckers have said all this racist, fucked up stuff about us, gave us names like Akatas and Javers and all this fucking shit, called us lazy. Africans be claiming black Americans inventions. Thank you. Yes, Jeff, you are right. Yup, Asha, yup. Niggas is telling you, Shabaka. We're telling you what these niggas has said. We gave ourselves our own title. We gave our own self a name. We're taking back all our inventions and all our achievements. We're not having no fucking African take our achievements no more. We're not going to have the Latinos, the whites. Nobody take our achievements anymore. If y'all want to go to college and wear y'all fucking tribalistic flags, by all means, do it now. We don't care. We don't care. But we don't want to hear no bitching or we don't want to hear no complaining when we graduate and we have our black American flags, when we have our black heritage flags. God bless you, bro. Thank you. No, shout out to you, Randall, because at the end of the day, it's just... Hold on one second. It's just like with Shabaka, it's like his shit is played out, and he needs to know that his generation fucked my generation up. This is why we have fucking dope fiends out here, because of his generation. His generation fucked that up. His generation thought it was okay to put drugs in the streets. Yes, my mother's generation, and you was part of my mother's generation. Y'all fucked us up. Y'all was the one that had the single parents. Y'all was the ones that was trying to kick the father out the house because you wanted welfare and all that other shit. Y'all was the one thought it was okay to be promiscuous and love is free and free in love, fucking everybody. That was your generation, Shabaka. You want to blame everybody except yourselves. Y'all was the one walking around with cocaine in y'all nose, having a good old time, not worrying about your fucking kids. Talk about the system's gonna take care of my kids. We're not gonna have you fuck this generation up no more. We're taking our generation back. We're taking our legacy back. We're not gonna give that shit to nobody no more. We gave it to the civil rights and all these other stuff. We gave it to the Africans. We gave it to everybody. No, we taking this shit back. We're gonna be some Indian givers out in this motherfucker. We're gonna be some Indian givers in this motherfucker. You know? And I'm not gonna let the conservatives off this either. Y'all started this bullshit. Y'all started making fun of all these public lynchings. How the fuck are y'all crying foul? When niggas tell you, oh yeah, most of y'all niggas is incest meth babies. When all them niggas say y'all live in movable fucking trailers, movable fucking homes. Y'all eat mayonnaise sandwich. Y'all don't create nothing. Y'all just destroy. Y'all are violent. This is the shit that y'all been hiding for years. Now niggas is really seeing this shit. Niggas is seeing in 4K what y'all niggas doing. Y'all want to talk, oh, black fatigue, black fatigue. No, nigga, that shit's out the window. There's no such thing as black fatigue. Black on black crime. There ain't no such thing as no black on black crime. There's not that many niggas killing each other like that. Let's not do that. Then if y'all, oh, what about Chicago? Nigga, name any fucking country in fucking Africa. Name these countries in Asia. Them niggas is all killing each other. They committing genocide. This Eastern European countries, they're selling their fucking kids. We don't want to hear about black on black crime no more. Y'all just try to hide y'all weaknesses, y'all destructive mentality behind our fucking little bit of shit that we do. That's all y'all been doing. Now we got these conservatives hiding behind a fucking Charlie Kirk. He wasn't even that good. Yup. Genocide. And these niggas want to run to Africa. These niggas are stupid. That's why I say, y'all failed our generation. Y'all are fucking idiots. Nobody want to hear about your liberation in fucking Africa. That shit's a myth. That shit is not going to get popping. Y'all niggas is failures. Y'all try to make us failures because y'all failed at what y'all done. And that's nothing. How y'all liberating with people that don't want to be liberated with? Niggas who don't even like y'all. You got this nigga, what's his name? Burner Boy talking shit about black Americans. None of y'all fucking Pan-Africans didn't say a motherfucking thing. Cause y'all niggas is weak. Y'all weak and y'all niggas is cowards. We don't want to hear nothing from Dr. Umar. Dr. Umar needs to stop stealing money. But before we go any deeper, everybody like and subscribe and comment. Even though like those people who commented and put thumbs down on me. I had like 19 of them because they got mad about what I said about the Conservative Party. You know, the Conservative Party's fucked up. The conservative party should not even be talking. Let me tell you something. Black people should never come out of the conservatives' mouth. Them niggas shoot up schools. Them niggas kill each other. We just, yo, they're learning now. Y'all need a black fucking enemy just so y'all can fucking survive and not fight each other. We watched Daniel Penny fucking kill somebody and everybody said that nigga was an American hero. He fucking killed somebody. And y'all niggas made that nigga an American hero. What happened if I say like, yo, Tyler Robinson is an American hero? Y'all niggas will crucify me. But this nigga who killed a fucking artistic black kid on a fucking train because he was fucking talking to himself and y'all made him an American hero? Fuck y'all conservatives. Y'all conservatives are sick. Y'all are the most nastiest people ever. Y'all niggas used to sleep with animals. You thought dirtiness was purity, nigga. Like, why the fuck would anybody want to be any of y'all fucking conservatives? And y'all got the audacity to come in my comments and think y'all can say whatever y'all want to say to me? Oh, no, I got something for you, nigga. Instead of trying to get tough with me, get tough with them niggas in them lace fronts. Them niggas that chumped and punked y'all niggas out. How the fuck y'all get punked out by fucking liberals, nigga? Y'all talk about men need to be men. Nigga, y'all niggas is cowards. Look what he said about Charlie Kirk. Are you serious, nigga? And this is what people want us to be, men. Those are the type of men that they wanted us to be. Y'all niggas is cowards, nigga. Y'all ran the fucking daddy trunk. We need some policies. They're killing us. They're extremists. Let's make them a domestic terrorist. Nigga, they shot one raggedy old white boy and y'all niggas talk about, yo, y'all need some rights. These niggas is... How the fuck y'all think a nigga who hugs trees is a fucking domestic terrorist? This is what I'm trying to say. Like, yo, y'all niggas is weak. Y'all niggas is weak out here. Then we got these fucking tethers. Oh, Charlie Kirk. Oh, Charlie Kirk. No, not Charlie Kirk. Nigga, are you serious? This raggedy, mediocre, podcasting ass nigga. And y'all get mad at about the shit that I have said. Y'all are the new face of victimhood. I had somebody on YouTube say I was mindless and didn't know anything because I said Charlie Kirk was a racist. He is a racist. He ain't no better of a racist as George Washington. Like, come on, let's be personally honest. This nigga was he was a pervert. He was sick. Charlie Kirk's ideology was sick. Then y'all want to, let me tell y'all something. What makes y'all more despicable is that y'all add God into the situation. God didn't make y'all do it and say that nasty shit to people. Are you crazy? Y'all are fucking sick, man. Charlie Kirk was a fucking racist and y'all want to add God into it? This is why I understand why people is attacking this nigga's wife. You are fucking sick. How the fuck you gonna add God into something and you was one of the most nastiest peoples towards people to black people to immigrants to trans people? That's why niggas laughed at y'all when they was like, yo, I forgive my killer. I knew that shit was gonna happen. They say everything is a recycling, a reflection of a reflection within this dimension. Shout out to Sub Zero. Salute, salute. Nice con. I can respect that comment. It is a reflection. It is. And this is why I had to say I had to look at my own people too, Sub Zero. I had to look at my own people and say like, yo, my older generation, I'm 40. The generation before me, they failed us. They failed us. They failed the people who are like 40 or in their mid 30s or even 30s. They failed us. This is why we took control of this generation and said, yo, we're not going to fail the next generation. Like Shabaka, this guy Shabaka, and you can look in the live chat. I know you on Kick, but if you wanted to go to YouTube, you see a guy named Shabaka. It's on the screen right there. This nigga's talking about going to Africa, telling black people to go to fucking Africa. He's fucking crazy. Why the fuck would we move to an underdeveloped country? We're damn near everything in Africa can kill us. Why the fuck would we want to move there? This nigga's cooked. Which Myron Games won? When he was crying, when he got mad at black people. It's just, Myron, he's so predictable. Our spiritual souls, sparks are with biological spacesuits. Shout out to you, Zero. I don't got an answer for that one. Shout out to you. I gotta respect it, man. If you believe it, I believe it with you. He had a racist white dude who's like 5 feet said, yeah, I know. Let me tell you something. And I bet you this, Jeff. Was he around black men? He wouldn't do that shit around black men. This is why I said these conservatives are cowards. They don't do that shit around black men. They do that shit probably around women. That's it. You know, the land of Africa is sitting on a lot of wealth. It is, but at the end of the day, none of those motherfuckers in Africa is doing anything with it. They're sitting on a rock eating bushmeat with a spear. So I'm not gonna move here, there, and we got guns over here. You know, so. But shout out to you, man. I like your comment, man. Your comment's super dope. Big ups to you, too. Salute. What's going on, Spence 49? Salute, salute. Yeah, man, we got to talk about it, man. These conservatives are mad at me now. You know? What the fuck I do to you? And he said, what the fuck I do to you? I just told the truth. Y'all niggas suffer from a victimhood mindset, you know? Yeah, it was like 3 or 4 black dudes. Fresh was, yeah, but... Yeah, those are coons. I'm talking about black Americans. Black Americans was on one. He ain't gonna do it. That's why I say these niggas is cowards. This is why I say all the time, they're gonna... Not with us. Yeah. Let me ask you a question, Sub-Zero. Do you want to go to Africa? Do you want to give up everything that you have in America to go to Africa and eat monkey knuckles? And wear FUBU and a Nietzsche? And dirty shorts and flip-flops. Do you want to do that, or do you want to keep your nice shit that you have here in America or in Europe? Or wherever you are. You're in Scotland. Would you give all that shit up to go to Africa? Oh, the divide and ruin. It's an agenda, but at the end of the day, I got to tell you this, Sub-Zero. Salute to you in Scotland. But in America, this shit has been going on for a very long time. We help Africans and other nationalities come to America because they didn't want America. They didn't want these Africans and these Latinos in this country. Black Americans died to have these people come to this country. Then when they get to their country, they turned on us. They didn't help us with anything. They took all our benefits, and we helped them. We told them like, yo, we'll give them some of our benefits. They turned on us. Now all of a sudden we telling them, yo, we're not helping them. They're getting deported out of here. Black Americans saying, yo, we're not helping no more. You gotta do shit on yourself. Remember, they were around here calling us lazy. All of this. To Americans as the devil's slave. Oh yeah, it's Babylon. But you gotta understand, Black Americans built this Babylon. We built this devil's playhouse. It's just it was pure before everybody came up. Ooh, excuse me. What am I meant? It was pure before everybody came over here with a crazy ideology. You know? There goes Shabaka right there. Still talking about Africa. He's like, oh yeah, you could go to 3 countries. Nigga, I don't want to go to no fucking Africa. But salute to you. I do believe it's the devil's playground right now because it was taken with blood. So, you know, shout out to you, player. Thank you. I do appreciate your comments. Hold on, let me get. Let me see what's going on, everybody. Mm. All right, cool. I'm back. Yeah, it's raining over here in Boston, so well, Massachusetts. I'm not in Boston yet, but it's raining over here. But yeah, like I was saying, that shit is long overdue, man. Like us helping people, even helping like the liberals and the conservatives. Let them handle it out themselves. So, from the yeah, Sub-Zero, they had to a lot of authentic areas throughout Africa. It is. I'd rather not go to Africa. Oh, it's mute. Nah, it's just the weather over here in Boston right now. It's raining hard down here. But yeah, it's just that shit is long overdue, man. We've been helping all these the black diaspora out for years. They haven't done anything. This one motherfucker right here, Kwame, said, "Oh yeah, we gave you a class studies. Ain't nobody want to study on no wet raggedy ass fucking Pan African. Like, come on, like shit like that. You know, it's so sad. Like, if we're gonna study on some African or some Pan African, it's not to fail like they did. They failed their own country. Like Kwame's from Jamaica. He failed Jamaica. He ran off to America because he could have cut it in his own country. He's not giving anything back to his country. He long forgot about his country, so it is what it is. Shabaka, he was. Hold on one second. Oh, there we go. Okay, we're back on. Yeah, it's like they've been failing, man. Now we look at the liberals and conservatives. The liberals, black Americans been voting Democrat for the last 80, 90 years. The liberals haven't gave shit to black Americans. We already know the Republicans ain't gonna do it, so you know what? We just stopped voting. It was like, yo, we're only gonna vote for policies. We're only gonna vote for policies. So that's it. I'm good. These niggas got mad at us and said, oh, yo, they're not voting for Kamala Harris because she's a woman. No, we didn't vote for her because she ain't giving us shit. They've been trying to push that narrative for 6 months that we wasn't going to vote for her because she was a woman. No, we're not voting for her because she ain't giving us shit. She wasn't going to give us shit. So why vote? You know, we didn't give a fuck. At the end of the day, she was gonna give all the money off to these undocumented people, and that's what they did for 4 years. That's their legacy, giving money off to the Democrats. Then they let illegals in without checking what their background was. They were letting in killers. So it's just it's sad, you know. It's a very sad situation where the Democrats and Republicans failed Black America. This is why we say, yo, we rather just fight for our reparations and our policies. This is why I am active in my community. This is why I do the activism work. I talk crazy. Yes, I do talk crazy, but at the end of the day, y'all got to understand why I talk crazy. You know? This dude Shabaka's mad because we don't want to be Pan-Africans. We don't want to be known as fucking Africans. We're so far out of Africa. Like, let me give you an example. The Spaniards. The Spaniards have black blood in them because of the Moors. The Moors built Spain. That's why you see black artifacts in their pictures and stuff, in their sculptures. Those are black people. But at the end of the day, we can't be like, oh yeah, those Spaniards is black. They're not going to say that. They're going to be like, no, we're white. Do we respect that, or do we still call them like, yo, y'all niggas is... Jumping back. All right, give me a second. Here we go. I just reset it. It's just the weather right here right now. But we back on, man. It's just like we can't keep on doing this with them anymore. It's coming to a point now where there's gonna be a problem. You know, it's like now in America we're figuring out that these conservatives and these liberals can't handle their own shit anymore, and the only reason why they've been surviving because they had a black enemy. We were their enemy. They were never with us. They were never against. They were never with us. They was never here to help us. They were here to benefit. So we gotta take it as it is. You know. Let me check some stuff real fast, and we can jump right. What time is it? Is it already past an hour? Yeah, it's almost past an hour. We're gonna jump into a video. Give me 30 seconds. All right. I forgot to put out the donations joint. All right. And like I hope y'all enjoy all this stuff. It's just y'all gotta understand sometimes, yo, these people, they don't get under my skin, but at the end of the day, they have to be spoken on. I have to speak on these people. And the reason why I have to speak on these people, because at the end of the day, these people are very disrespectful. They think they can tell us how to basically do our job because they're mad at what we say. You know? Fuck all that shit. I ain't letting that shit slide. I've been telling people that. I'm not letting shit slide. Oh man, it ain't that serious, yada yada. Nah, fuck that shit, nigga. He wanna be spoken on. All right, cool. I got something for you, you punk bitch, nigga. Yeah. You know, and like I'm showing everybody that, yo, this is how you gotta talk on these people. You gotta speak on these people like that. You know. Don't let these niggas talk to y'all any old type of way. Don't let these people try to tell you how to treat your country, what to call yourself and stuff like that. These niggas been calling themselves American fucking heroes forever, and these motherfuckers have been the detriment of fucking America. Charlie Kirk, he didn't help nobody. He's just started another fucking hate group. That's all he did. And like people could get mad of how I talk about Charlie Kirk, but prove me wrong. Why? Because he went to a few fucking black fucking expos and shit. He talked to a few black people. That shit don't mean anything. I just reset stuff. It's just the weather's very bad today. Very, very, very bad. But yeah, my car window, I got a crack in my car window too. So yeah, the weather's crazy. So this video that I have today is a Piers Morgan video. Shout out to, I think, Official C, or one of y'all told me to do the Piers Morgan with Amazing Lucas. And I told y'all I will do it Wednesday. And today's Wednesday, so I'm going to get busy today. And we're going to watch this video for where he is right now. So I hope y'all like it. I hope y'all enjoy it.
Bullet. Can one bullet to the neck outsmart two?
Well, he wasn't a good guy. Pierce, and I enjoy having respectful discussions with people that I disagree with. So this is a horrible, horrible situation. We could never condone political violence, no matter what side of the aisle it comes from.
Why have so many people on the far left, the woke left, been so brazen in their gleeful celebration of what happened to Charlie Kirk?
Well, my response to that, number one, is I'm not on the far left, so I certainly don't speak for them, but there's people on both sides of the aisle. I know Republicans don't want to hear that, but there are crazy lunatics on both sides of the aisle that celebrate really horrible things that happen to people in America. I don't agree with them, and if you're on the far left...
He's telling the truth, man. They got the Ku Klux Klan, we got neo-Nazis on the far right, we got these tree-hugging lunatics on the left. These are the type of people we got. So it's, let me tell y'all something. We can't get mad at what happens in these conservative and these liberal communities. All I can tell foundational black Americans to do is stay the fuck out of it. It's not your fight. Don't fight. Don't even try to fix it. Just sit back and relax and watch.
Or the far right, and you celebrate anybody getting murdered, then there's something wrong with you. And I don't feel bad for any of those people that were fired for celebrating his death. I think it's disgusting. Now, if you're just talking about him and saying, well, he wasn't a good guy, here's why I didn't like him, here are some of his quotes that he said in the past, I don't think you should be fired for that. I think there's a way to call out political violence and say Charlie Kirk didn't deserve this. I feel for his family, but I didn't like Charlie Kirk and I didn't like what he stood for. I think you could make both points respectfully.
Okay, Luke has been pointed out to me that you've posted some messages about Charlie Kirk on your Instagram, which we're going to show here. One is a post that's a parody of a Jubilee debate. I'm doing one of these myself soon, titled Charlie Kirk versus Bullet. Can one bullet to the neck outsmart one conservative? Well,
this nigga's cooked. Amazing Lucas, I hope you're not in corporate because you don't got a job no more.
That was a short watch. Number two is a mocked up promotion poster called Kirk and Twerk at Neck of the Woods and hashtagged both Charlie Kirk and his widow. And the third was an image of a sunrise titled God Works in Mysterious Ways with the hashtag Charlie Kirk killing and praying hands as an emoji. And you're laughing as I show these. Why do you find this funny?
Well, let me just say that I actually am a big advocate for dark humor. And I happen to...
Charlie Kirk is, Amazing Lucas, he's an asshole. He's using what Jasmine Crocker did to everybody at Capitol Hill. I will explain this. White people for the past 4 to 8 years have been using this thing called dark humor. Talking about, yo, it's dark humor, it's dark humor, dark humor. Even the thing with Kendrick Lamar and Andrew Schultz. Andrew Schultz was talking about violating Kendrick Lamar. Knowing how black people feel about, rape. He made a rapey joke. Niggas attacked him and his family. Took pictures of his wife and kids. Nigga, cry foul. Andrew Schultz, you can't do that. I'm going to say this. Some people might think it's dark humor. That was dark humor to them. So you got to be careful how you treat people.
To have gotten a bit of a taste of that over the last, I don't know, maybe decade or so when it came to the right and their memes of George Floyd. Happy birthday being sober for 5 years. When they came to their memes of Breonna Taylor, when it came to their memes of Trayvon Martin, the Trayvon challenge, right? When it came to their memes of Tamir Rice. So I don't know what the issue is. I think I'm engaging in the freedom of speech that the right has been advocating for these last 10 years and mocking and making light of Black Death, something that Charlie Kirk himself did time and time again. As a matter of fact, I would argue that if Charlie Kirk, instead of focusing his time on black culture and black on black crime, if he had spent a modicum of his time focusing on the white youth, that perhaps he would still be with us today.
Are you pleased he's dead?
No, absolutely not.
So how did you feel about his murder?
But I don't think.
How did you feel about his murder?
How do I feel about his murder?
Yeah.
Well, I think a quote by a great author sums up the sentiment of millions of Americans around the world, and that is, some cause happiness wherever they go, others when they go. And I think that's a sentiment that is palpable amongst many Americans around the world due to the hate and vitriol and bile that Charlie Kirk sowed. So I think there was a pastor
just to be clear, unless I misheard you, then you are happy he died.
No, I don't think as far as happiness is an emotion that
you reap what you sow. That's what he's saying. You reap what you sow. That's all he's saying is you reap what you sow. You got to understand, and this is what conservatives have to understand, and this is why I'm hard on y'all conservatives. You can't go around here making fun of people. You've been laughing about people and stuff. Let me tell you something. You contribute to Black Death. We can actually say you contribute to Black Death. You let the George Zimmermans out. You said Daniel Penny, who choked an artistic kid on the train who talked to himself, y'all niggas made him an American hero, and he has a job at Clubhouse. The Clubhouse app. They gave him a job. Now this mediocre white supremacist, alleged white supremacist, piece of shit get a fucking tree hugging nigga slide out on him and shot him in the neck. We supposed to feel bad. Y'all know now niggas is not gonna feel bad for all these other racist motherfuckers who got killed. Y'all will be like, rest in piss. Look what y'all did to O.J. Simpson. Y'all talk shit about O.J. Simpson. Y'all on TMZ publicized whose picture did TMZ publicize by an accident, I can say, of them getting shot up in their car. Did we forget about XXTentacion? We seen his picture of him on his last breath. Got slide on, and they shot him up and took a little bit of money that he had. We seen those pictures. Oh, Charlie gets shot. Now the nigga's kicking the bucket. We're supposed to have some type of sympathy. He don't like sympathy. He don't want sympathy. He says a new age thing. What are we missing?
Which implies you're happy. You talked about some
No,
people's
I think
death bring happiness.
The purpose of the quote was to say that there are some people who have caused harm and death and turmoil to other groups of people, such as Charlie Kirk, whether it's black people, whether it's, trans people.
No, I heard the quote.
The list
just to
goes
be
on.
clear, you said that the quote ends in that their death brings happiness, but you've denied that you were happy. But when you tell me a quote
I don't disagree.
When you tell me a quote like that,
Shabaka, it's not our fight. It's not our fight. Why should we have to save everybody? You want us to save y'all raggedy niggas in Africa. There's billions of y'all in Africa and y'all still can't save yourselves. If you can't save yourself, I'm sorry, we can't help you. The fuck?
I presume from that quote you're implying
Go
that
save
actually you are
yourselves,
happy
nigga.
he died because he deserved it. He had it coming.
No, not at all. I don't think those are ever words that I've ever mentioned verbatim ever. I think there is a sentiment that when someone who lives their life in evil and wickedness, according to the scripture, the power of life and death is in your tongue. And the hate and the vile and the venom that he spewed, I don't know what to tell you. As the scripture says, as he professed, you live by the sword, you die by the sword. I think his focus should have been on a community that, clearly is in problem. That I find it interesting that there's more scrutiny on people who may make memes that they've done of George Floyd and other black victims than on the white male youth that did this tragedy, as some would call it. I think
why would you be offended about the memes to people like George Floyd, which I found contemptible at the time, if they're the same ones that you're talking about? Why would you profess to be offended by those if you're quite happy to do the same kind of thing yourself?
I think the point that I'm making by the means that I'm putting out, which clearly has caused outrage and triggering, I find it a bit hypocritical that the people for years who said fuck your feelings are now overwhelmed with feelings at the moment. But the point that I was making was to point out the hypocrisy that the right has on a variety and myriad of issues, as we just saw with Pam Bondi on the freedom of speech. I think the issue is that they have scapegoated people like Pam Bondi for what is the crime of Donald Trump. The same thing they did with Anthony Fauci. We saw this when it came to the Second Amendment. They banned bump stock ban. They had a bump stock ban under Donald Trump while they were fear-mongering about Biden take away your guns. But as we saw, there was no outrage, there was no protest, and we come to find out that it was unconstitutional. So I think this hypocrisy is ubiquitous within the right, and I think my memes expose that hypocrisy.
And what about your own personal humanity? I mean, hashtagging his widow in a mocked-up promotion poster of Kirk and Twerk at Neck of the Woods. How do you justify targeting... Oh, hang on. How do you justify targeting his widow?
I think that's a bit disingenuous to use such hyperbolic language as targeting. I think it's more of a strategic plan of attack to get the message out to more people. When we saw Erica...
Shabaka, it's not our fight. It's not hurting us. They're fighting liberals right now. You want us to jump in. You want us to super save everybody. We don't super save hoes out here. We save the people that need to be saving. So what are you trying to say? And this is why I say, you know what? You failed us. Your community failed the youth. We have to raise the youngins now. We gotta really actually teach them how to be men. All y'all boule niggas, y'all were the worst. You were the worst, Shabaka. They should have never had y'all out there. Y'all not built for that type of fight. You can't be a peace guard going into war, man.
Kirk, she had a moment to speak for unity within the country, left and right. And she chose to fundraise. She then chose to use the scripture and talk, very nicely of her, past husband. And I understand that. But by that same token, there are people who were absolutely harmed by the rhetoric that Charlie Kirk put out. And that rhetoric actually codified in many cases in many states. So I think it's abhorrent and actually perverse to expect people who were harmed by his rhetoric, harmed by someone who had anti-black, anti anyone who wasn't white and Christian in his perspective. I think it's perverse to try and criticize those people or try and make them seem as if they're the bad guys when that's
Yeah, but you see,
not
funny
the
enough,
case.
I can look at what you've done, and I can see somebody who is abhorrent and despicable and actually evil. Actually, the stuff when you target someone's widow as she grieves and
Once
tries
again,
to
I
protect
disagree
her
with the
two
word
children.
targeting.
No, no,
I
no.
think
I'm talking about me. I'm talking about me personally. My view of what you've done. I don't care about your motivation in terms of other people's inappropriate memes, many of which I may well agree with you about. But that doesn't mean that I then go and do it myself.
Pierce Morgan, you gotta understand. Fuck your feelings, man. It's not about your feelings. This is why I said the white conservative is losing out here. You think everybody's supposed to care about your fucking feelings? You, Myron Gaines, fucking Andrew Tate. This is the shit that y'all promoted. This is the shit that y'all promoted. Fuck your feelings. It's not about your feelings. Now all of a sudden, there's an issue. Because your feelings is hurt. This is why we saying that there's no such thing as black fatigue. It's only white fatigue out here. Shout out to E. Will. Yeah, crying like a little bitch. Yeah, E. Will. He's crying, man. Always crying, man. Tell him, E. Will, this is the thing, all right? When I do these type of shows, we always dig deep into, like, why does these people cry? It was okay a few years ago when niggas was laughing at people getting killed, laughing at black people getting shot, laughing at Mexicans getting deported and stuff. Niggas thought the shit was funny. Laughing at Latinos who supported Trump, then they get deported. We laughed at it. We thought the shit was funny. Now all of a sudden a white boy gets shot. We're supposed to stop everything and cry. FBA, just go back to Africa. We ain't going back to Africa. You think I want to eat some monkey knuckles, nigga? Some hyena brain and shit like that? Nah. We don't want that nasty shit, nigga. The fuck out of here. Y'all niggas barely could eat in Africa. The fuck? This nigga's crazy. But yeah, it's just... The nigga got shot. Niggas die every day. Niggas die every fucking day. Now he's crying to a waffle color, and I gotta call him a black man, a half-breed black man. And there's a problem. You need to have more, you gotta be more sensitive. No, we're not gonna be sensitive about this shit. This is white on white crime. We can't jump into it and tell these niggas what to do. We're gonna show you what y'all should have been doing. Or we can make an example out of you. What I'm seeing that we're doing both. If America is so racist, why even stay in America? What the fuck are you talking about? Africa's racist too. Africans don't like black Americans. Why the fuck would I move to Africa? Most people would rather move to hell than to move to fucking Africa. Like, come on. Let's be personally honest. They're kicking in Africa, they're kicking Nigerians out a lot of countries in Africa. So, like, why would I want to move to Africa? That just doesn't make no sense, Kwame. This is why people be roasting you. And people be saying, yo, you be acting like a little bitch out here. Yeah, niggas be saying that, Kwame. Don't get mad at me. Get mad at the niggas who been calling you a bitch and you don't do nothing. They said that bitch ass motherfucking Kwame or Revenue. That's what they call you, Kwame. So get tough with those niggas. Give them niggas advice. You see how Shabaka gets tough with me? And you big brother him? Don't try that shit with me because you know what? I'm the big brother. I big brother you. You don't know shit about nothing. Your uncle Shabaka failed you. Your family failed you, Kwame. They made you tribalistic. You know nothing about unity. You know nothing about solidarity. Why would I listen to a fucking idiot?
Self or worse, because that makes me even
I understand.
that makes me even more inhuman and abhorrent, and by your definition,
I disagree. I think there's
evil.
a point,
I know you
I think
disagree.
there's a point
I'm just
in
telling you.
time
I'm just
when
telling
it comes
you.
to Republicans, when it
I'm
comes
just
to
telling you.
conservatives,
I know. Hang
that
on.
they have to see.
I've let you have your
I think
say.
I'm a mirror.
I've let you have your
what
say.
they have shown.
I'll let you have
and
your
if
say.
they don't like what they
I'm
see,
telling
then
you.
they should actually
Fine.
detour
I'm
from
using
their
your
wicked
own.
path
I'm using your own
and show
justification
compassion.
to tell you what I think of you and what you've done. Right? That's my free speech at work. Let me bring in Gillian
I absolutely
Michaels.
agree.
I mean, Gillian, look. You know, I saw Brian there nodding to some of what he was hearing there, not all, to be clear, but nodding to some of it about the hypocrisy which Lucas claims he is exposing with this stuff. What is your view of what he's said? It's not just how the news is, forms are reflected spectrum. Kind of transparency, I show, especially on slash peers.
I find this exceptionally sad because, Lucas, you talk about how hurt you were and how offended you were by such despicable things, and then you became the thing that you found the most repulsive, which is alarming, and as I mentioned, deep.
Who's this we talk about? You gotta stop using French words, nigga. This we. No, we don't do that shit here, Kwame. We don't do that shit. This we. No. You immigrants were laughing. You immigrants thought that shit was a joke. Y'all the ones crying for Charlie Kirk. Oh, Charlie. We don't give a fuck about no Charlie. Charlie brought that shit on himself. He thought he was untouchable. That nigga thought he was untouchable. He said, nobody won't do nothing to me. I'm a white man. That's what happened. I got the white protection for the complexion. Well, complexion for the protection. And nigga off them. Nigga sent them to his ancestors. So y'all niggas was crying. We seen your auntie over there with that crooked wood talking about, oh, they killed Charlie. Oh, Charlie. Yeah, that nigga speak French all right, talk about this we shit. You mean you immigrants was saying that shit? You fleers, you professional fleers.
Deeply saddening. I would be more than happy to litigate some of Charlie's positions for you. I abjectly.
I don't think I need
on
any
its
litigation
face-
from a woman who tried to downplay slavery, who tried to all lives matter slavery.
Oh no! That nigga crazy.
The most repulsive, which is alarming, and as I mentioned, deeply saddening. I would be more than happy to litigate some of Charlie's positions for you. I abjectly.
I don't think I need
on
any
its
litigation
face-
from a woman who tried to downplay slavery, who tried to all lives matter slavery after
you
she
wanna discuss
purchased a
that?
black child. That's what I would
Purchased a
argue.
black child.
I don't think you need to as far as
Yeah,
Would you like to
litigating
discuss it?
Okay.
Because the reality of the
She is
situation is that
disgusting.
what I gave you, whether you like it or not, is a fact from the 1860 census. And
It
the point was not
literally
to
is not a fact.
downplay
It
slavery.
is actually a bastardization
is.
of actual history.
You're
what you
wrong, and we
cited
can
was
discuss-
inaccurate. You can actually look it up. I don't know if you did.
I
I
actually
doubt you
did
do your
look
due
it up.
diligence. You clearly did not,
Would you
because
like to
in that
discuss
study
it?
that you're citing, in the study that I'm discussing it right now, in the study that you're citing, it takes into account not only the slaves, it takes into account the northern states and the southern states. So to try and implement or to say this all lives matter when it comes to slavery, which is abhorrent and in extreme contradiction to American history, especially in this country as chattel slavery as Black Americans, is abhorrent and perverse,
Well-
especially you, who is the mother
Especially me.
of a Black child, who she purchased.
Right.
Other
Is
people
my
adopt.
turn to talk?
You purchased.
Is it?
By all means.
How did I? Okay, well, I'm not quite sure what you mean by purchase. She's adopted, and it is illegal
Did you
to
pay?
purchase a child.
Did you pay to get that child?
No, I paid the adoption agency
It was
fees to do my
absolutely free.
home study.
It was absolutely okay.
I
So
paid
then
the
there was a
adoption
process of
agency
payment.
like you
So then there
pay
was
to
a process
adopt a
of payment.
child.
I
To
believe
an
that
American
other people adopt. You
adoption
purchase.
agency. Okay, you're wrong, and that's defamation.
I'm literally
and it's
right
an
as you're
absolute
saying
lie,
that you
and
pay
it's-
to an adoption
You're
agency.
literally wrong, and it's this.
She's about to
kind of
literally
cry.
correct.
Brando, she's about to
You know
cry.
what you are. You know
Shout
what you
out to
are.
you,
I think
Ohio.
let me just-
Salute.
is you
Hang
downplaying
on, let me
slavery.
jump in
That's
here.
what I think is
Let me jump in
I
here,
didn't actually
Lucas.
downplay
Let me jump in
slavery.
here, Lucas.
That's
it seems to
literally
me,
what you did.
Seems to me, Lucas, you've decided to be just as offensive as you want to be. You're now attacking people who adopt children, which is one of the most selfless things that any human being could do, actually.
This is literally what
But
the right did to Dave Rubin, is
Fine,
it not?
Fine, but what you're doing is just trying to be as offensive as possible whilst masquerading under this umbrella of, well, everybody else is offensive, so that's why I'm doing it, to expose
Not
all
at
the
all, and I think
hypocrisy.
if that's
But
what I'm
Gillian
giving
is
off, I
right.
apologize
Gillian is
sincerely.
right.
What
that
I'm-
It ain't fun until the rabbit gets the gun. That's all I gotta tell y'all. Once that rabbit gets the gun, everybody gotta run. You know, this is the hypocrisy of conservatives, and this is why conservatives are so desperate right now. They're very, very desperate of somebody being on their team and defending them. I'm in Phoenix, where Turning Point his headquarters is, and these white people have lost their mind. Yeah, they are. They don't know what to do. They're desperate out here. Yeah, we know that, Kwame. He's a racist piece of shit, you know? But I'm gonna say this, E-Will. Them niggas is desperate. They're not gonna survive out here. This is why. Remember, I was saying, and we were talking about what is the solution. And shout out to Vengeance, because Vengeance was the one who actually influenced and inspired that that show that day. He was right, man. His turning point is going to make America the most racist country. America is Kwame, what the fuck are you smoking, man? You gotta stop smoking crack in the mornings, man. I know you trying to stay up for a few days, but my nigga, dude, drink coffee like most niggas be doing, man. You know? I gotta be personally honest, Kwame. You gotta stay off the drugs, man. You know, and I'm telling you this because you know what? My uncle used to do drugs. You know what? I don't need you to be doing drugs as well too. What is the FBA's fighting for? Shabaka, we already went through this. Shut the fuck up. All right, I'm gonna say that. You know, you keep on having all this sympathy shit. The sympathy shit's out the window. All right, the sympathy went out the window when y'all started calling us lazy and fucking criminals and fucking baby mamas and baby daddies. So fuck you, nigga. Eat a dick.
Actually, you have descended.
Is create
you
a
have,
better world.
the way you've
What
just
I'm
gone
trying to
after
do is to
Gillian.
unify
You know what,
people.
Lucas?
The
Stop
only way
talking.
we can unify people
Stop
is
talking.
for people to understand the
Stop
harms that
talking.
they've done.
You have targeted Gillian for adopting a child. That is despicable. Let me bring in Riley
I
Gaines.
targeted Jillian for adopting a black child after she downplayed slavery, which I think is contradictory.
You attacked her for adopting a child.
You ain't coming back up to the Piers Morgan show no more,
Oh, I heard
nigga.
your words. Let me bring in.
I
Let me
did
bring
too,
in.
Lucas.
Let me bring in
Yeah.
Riley.
You're
Riley.
misinterpreting.
This nigga's not coming back up to the Piers Morgan show ever again. Why?
I targeted Jillian for adopting a black child after she downplayed slavery, which I think is contradictory.
You attacked her for adopting a child.
The other white girl's scared,
my
yo.
words that I'm
So-
saying.
Oh,
The other blonde white girl, she's scared. She's like, yo, let me not say this nigga to get this nigga lit. Like, these niggas is scared. You know? Why you mad at Shabaka? Shabaka always say some dumb shit. And you know what? Niggas don't got time for him bitching about Africa. Fuck Africa. If you want to go and eat monkey brains and all that other shit and monkey knuckles, by all means, go do it. Niggas don't want to eat that shit, my nigga. Come on. Like, niggas don't want to eat that. Niggas don't want to be living naked outside. Like, niggas do like clothes. Like, come on, man.
I heard your words. Let me
Yeah,
bring in.
I
Let me
did
bring
too,
in.
Lucas.
Let me bring in Riley.
You're
Riley.
misinterpreting.
Let me bring in Riley Gaines here.
Sure, buddy.
Riley, you've been waiting patiently.
Great rebuttal, Jillian.
Okay, can you please let the others speak, please? Okay.
I wasn't actually allowed to talk, Lucas, but I'm more than happy actually to have you on my podcast.
That's because anything that comes out of your mouth is backbit.
We can discuss all of it.
All right, let me bring in
If you'd like to come on my podcast, I would be more than happy to give you a platform.
That's a different podcast for a different time.
More than willing to have discourse.
Okay, you know
to
what?
Honor Charlie Kirk,
if you're willing for discourse, let Riley Gaines speak. Riley, what is your view of what you've been hearing?
I mean, honestly, like, it makes me feel tearful. Like, I have experienced all of the emotions over the past week. It has been, to the day, 7 days. I think initially starting with total shock and disbelief and honestly confusion. I've been so blessed in my life to not have been surrounded by death much in my family. I haven't lost really anyone close to me. Charlie was a friend, a mentor of mine. He's who ultimately I attribute to giving me my voice, the platform that I have. I attribute that to Turning Point USA, to Charlie Kirk. So to lose a friend like that, like, I have gone through all the emotions, but to sit here today and listen to the discussions that we have seen, I think particularly from Lucas, whether it was about the memes that were posted, whether it was...
Old Charlie was a racist piece of shit. He was batshit crazy. And he was a narcissist that uses God to hide his ignorance.
It was about Jillian adopting a black child. I mean, I am just like in total disbelief, disarray. How have we reached a point where these are the discussions that we're having, and on a national stage here? Like, we have Democratic elected officials who are celebrating the death of Charlie Kirk, the best and most effective,
Not true,
debater of our time.
All they do is lie.
Activist, really. I think debater is really downplaying.
That's not true.
Ultimately.
Pierce, she's lying.
Yes.
In what way?
What is the lie?
Name me one prominent.
there?
Name me what? Hey, Riley, name me one prominent Democrat that has celebrated the death. And I find it very interesting. You've made a living attacking transgenders. You've made millions of dollars across the country doing that.
I didn't ask for this.
If you truly care about,
These niggas is wilding out. Yo, I'm gonna say this: Amazing Lucas, he influenced this nigga to bug out. This niggas is using Amazing Lucas to bug out. Like, this nigga was not like this like 30 minutes ago. He was peaceful, this nigga's like, yo, you're lying. You're lying.
I didn't
ask for the
I'm sorry
position
you
that
lost
I'm
your
in.
friend. Okay, hold on a second. Yes, in this case you have. You've made millions of dollars profiting, going across the country. You've made a lot of money and you've made a name for yourself. Nobody knows who you are as a college swimmer unless you're attacking transgenders. Now, if you care about children, then why have you not criticized Donald Trump? If you care about children and women, then why have you not gone after Donald Trump for not bringing out the Epstein files? If you care about children, why don't you talk about gun control? I'm happy that transgender is out of that volleyball tournament, okay? But there's more important things that we should be talking about, and you've profited off of attacking transgenders with your hatred towards transgender people. Nobody knows who you are as a college swimmer. People know who you are because you go...
Nah, niggas don't know who she is. I still don't know who she is. I just know this girl. Yo, she look crazy. Like, yo, look at Amazing Lucas. He's like, yo, what the fuck is going on? You know? Evo, that's crazy. Basically teaching these cracker kids to be race soldiers. Kwame, that been going on for a very long time. You're just catching up, you know? Like, this is why now you gotta understand, like, the reason why the Ku Klux Klan and the neo-Nazis weren't considered domestic terrorist group because they were considered a Christian organization. Most people don't know that. That's why they haven't been targeted. They just started getting targeted probably like 3 or 4 years ago. So this is why. You know, like, niggas is running down on these neo-Nazis with guns. You know, she's dead ass look like a... Yo, she does too. It's the jawline, man. It's the jawline.
All around the country attacking transgenders, Riley. That's who you are.
Actually, what she's done, Brian, very heroically, in my opinion, is she's gone around the country defending women's rights to fairness, equality, and safety. Something that I'm very surprised to hear that you, on the left, do not wholeheartedly endorse and agree with.
Pierce, Pierce, let me respond to what you just said.
Sure.
If in fact Riley Gaines, by the way, Pierce, I've had this conversation on your show about transgenders.
Yeah.
I don't think transgender women should be competing with women on the playing field.
So you agree with her?
However, I do, but here's my problem with
So
Riley.
what are you
she
talking
doesn't
about?
talk about the. Let me explain. She doesn't talk about the non-release of the Epstein files and real victims of sexual abuse. She doesn't criticize Donald Trump. She doesn't talk about how flags weren't at half-mast after children are massacred in schools.
Do you
she
talk about?
only
Okay, let me
talks
ask
about
you.
transgenders.
Let me ask you. Do you talk?
It's so funny because
hang
in
on,
one breath
hang
you're
on,
saying
hang
no
on,
one knows me,
hang
but
on.
in the other
I'm
breath
talking.
you're acting like
hang
you
on,
followed
Riley.
everything that I've ever said on any
Hang
topic
on, Riley.
ever.
Hang on, Riley. So, Brian, your position is that unless you talk out publicly about every single issue that is important in the world, then it disqualifies you from talking about the issue that you not only care about most because it happened to you, but you are passionate about because it protects women's rights. Is that your position?
Pierce, here's my position. You don't have to talk about every single issue, but when the second leading cause of death in children is gun violence, you probably should bring that up. When we talk about MAGA Republicans who have talked about the Epstein files and horrible abuse, Maxwell was one of the largest.
Shabaka, I didn't say anything about Tariq Nasheed. And black people can't be racist. We don't have anything to be racist for. We don't have anything to like stop people from doing. So you can't be racist. He prejudges niggas, so I guess that's prejudice, but he's not racist. And you know what? Tariq Nasheed shits on everybody. You know, you don't hear him talk about, he be telling black women, don't do that shit when your man is there, man, because if he goes upside your head, man, I don't want to be a victim of hearing this shit, you know? Or he tells white people, like, the best thing white people made was Rice Krispie treats. I actually really do believe that, but it's just like he shits on everybody, you know? You know, he told Myron Gates he smells like camel piss. It's like he shits on everybody. It's like you can't get mad about that shit. These Mormons and Christians are damn near like the mafia. They are. I actually do believe that E will, you know? And she does look like a transgender too, man. She looked like her name used to be Henry or some shit. Yeah.
Sex traffickers in the world, and the Donald Trump administration have sent her to a club.
Why does Riley Gaines have to do all that? Why does Riley Gaines?
Because she says she cares.
No, Riley Gaines cares about.
Said, let me answer.
Riley Gaines cares because a very tall, muscular, powerful male called Leah Thomas said suddenly, who was a very moderate, unsuccessful male swimmer, suddenly said, "I'm a woman," and then began destroying women in the women's pool. It was clearly grotesquely unfair, unequal, and actually dangerous. And we saw the same thing happen in a boxing ring in Paris in the Olympics.
I would like to be able to
and
speak for myself,
for Riley to be
actually.
condemned by you,
That'd be super cool.
for Riley to be condemned by you because she doesn't also talk about other issues is absurd. Anyway,
well, first of all, that's not even true.
You know what? We'll come back to this. I'm just going to hold the panel here for a moment. A brief timeout. I've been joined by Republican Congresswoman Nancy Mace. Nancy, welcome back to Uncensored. We're here just having a kind of slightly insane debate, in my opinion. But there's a lot of insanity flying around at the moment. One of which is the utterly appalling spectacle of so many on the left openly, brazenly, proudly celebrating the murder of Charlie Kirk.
Me too.
How have we got here as a society?
Riley Freeman.
Well, it's insane. And you can just see in the previous debate, you saw two grown men, Democrat men, screaming, yelling on your program at two women. Riley Gaines is one of the brightest, smart.
This is the conservative victimhood mindset I was telling y'all niggas about. Look at what first thing she says.
We got here as a society.
Well, it's insane. And you can just see in the previous debate, you saw two grown men, Democrat men, screaming, yelling on your program at two women.
So now let's talk about this. Don't Myron Gaines do that? Don't Andrew Tates do that? What's the dude's name? Andrew does that? Don't so what was it? The Whatever podcast don't do that? All of a sudden, when it comes to another people who are against them, they cry foul. This is what I'm saying. Look at that. Look at this debacle. You know what? It's becoming like back in the days when the Republicans became Democrats and the Democrats became Republicans. It's reversing again. The Republicans is acting like Democrats and the Democrats is acting like Republicans now.
Riley Gaines is one of the brightest, smartest, youngest.
And shout out to the live chat. You know, salute to y'all and like and subscribe and comment. And if you want to help, share. If you want to give a donation, I'll throw it in the live chat. So if y'all want to donate, that's if you can. If you can't, don't worry about it. It's cool.
Minds fighting for what she believes in, and we want to encourage that, not discourage it. I don't want to discourage anyone out there to prevent them from speaking up by getting yelled at. I was yelled out yesterday in front of Don Lemon at the steps of the Capitol, you know, and all we want to do, I'm a rape survivor. All I want as a rape victim is to ensure that men aren't in my bathroom or Riley's bathroom or in the shower next to us. That is dangerous and it's uncalled for. But to see those men on your program yelling at the women who are just talking freely, talking in a sane and normal manner, trying to have a colloquy, trying to have a national conversation, and they're being screamed at. That's how we got here. And until the left and until the Democrat Party acknowledges their role in this, it's not going to get better. And I have to tell you, it's terrifying right now to be a conservative. I am carrying my six.
This is victimhood mindset again. This is the shit I'm talking about. This is the shit I am talking about. We talk about victimhood mindset. We talk about, like, why is conservatives making themselves a victim? Y'all niggas is not oppressed. Niggas did not make you do anything that you do not want to do. Y'all niggas did shit yourselves. Y'all did shit on your own beat of the drum. All of a sudden, when a nigga just don't agree with you, there's a problem. Y'all gotta cut this bullshit out.
Hour P365 everywhere I go. I have armed guards everywhere I go. I can't even go to the grocery store alone anymore. I can't even walk my dog without a gun because I have so many on the left, Democrats, a lot of transgenders who are emailing, calling, trying to.
He wrote, give me a second. Because I'll read it on here. Shout out to E Will. $50 cause Riley Gaines look like a nigga. Yeah.
To show up at my office, threatening to kill me, my children, my family.
If it ain't the white supremacist, St. Michael's. What's going on, player? Hey, yo, let me ask you a question, St. Michael's. Why does white supremacy, you conservatives got this victimhood mindset? Like, y'all act like victims. Can you please explain that? I just want to know, you know? Salute. Yeah, we want to know because St. Michael's is a Irish alleged white supremacist. And we want to know, why do the white community have this victimhood mindset right now? And not just because the white on white crime, y'all are scared of niggas who hug trees. Niggas who play in nature all day. And y'all getting popped by these niggas. Y'all ain't even getting popped by thugs. Y'all ain't getting popped by gang members. Y'all getting popped by fucking tree huggers. The irony of your Riley Gang comment is that as the I don't know, man. Riley might got that. I think Riley got that beat, man. I think they got. I didn't. No, what? We're not gonna ask that. I'm asking St. Michael's. I'm asking a question. Why do y'all have a victimhood mindset? This is like white fatigue. Like we're watching white fatigue at its best right now. Your cousins and your uncles attacked me on my comments 2 days ago because I said they are the new face of victimhood and anti-American. I'm just asking. What the fuck are you talking about? You're anti. It's about being victims. Are you serious? Come on. St. Michael's, you can't just be right there and lie. How is that? Come on, because I empower my community. Because I keep niggas on code and tell these niggas like, yo, we can't just say we're all black and certain people are black when it's convenient. I'm empowering my own community. What you and your people are doing right now, y'all are crying for sympathy. You are crying for sympathy. And don't forget, y'all was the oppressors at one time. Y'all was the ones who was laughing at the Trayvon Martin. Laughing at, the Breonna Taylors, the little Tamir Rice. Y'all even called Daniel Penny an American hero. And he killed an artistic black kid who talks to himself on the train. This is what you call this is why I say you are the face of victimhood. I'm being personally honest. You were crying. And shout out to Hassan Jackoff, to Ashman Gold. Very interesting name, but salute to you, player. But let's be personally honest. Like, you are the victimhood of mine. You are the victimhood of, a victim. You're just the victimhood. You're the new face of victimhood. I'm sorry, I got tongue tied. You're the new face of victimhood and anti-American. Let me tell you something. The reason why I'm gonna say you are anti-American, St. Michael's, because when y'all don't get y'all way, y'all crying and bitch and moan. Like what you're doing now. Y'all crying because Charlie Kirk don't get sympathy and you trying to change the laws. After let me tell you something. Your favorite president started that shit. He started that shit. He started the attacks and the insults. And you know what? I agreed with him doing it. I was like, okay, whatever's good for the geese is good for the gander. But when niggas talk about his sexual assault charges, the way how he talk about women, the way how he talk about men, and we tell this nigga, smoking on that old Charlie pack, y'all niggas get mad. You know what? And this is what I'm doing. And I'm going to tell you what I'm doing to you, St. Michael's. I'm using you as a fucking example. A fucking example as victimhood. You blame everybody but yourself. You cannot take accountability what your people done. This is why I say you are pathetic. This is why I'm saying you can't do it by yourself. You white people can't even get along with each other. And it's sad. You talk about black on black crime. What have we been seeing for the last 3 to 4 weeks? We've been looking at y'all through a fucking mirror. We're saying like, yo, we do not want to be like these people. These people are too fucking vicious. These niggas kill each other over fucking words. These motherfuckers is too emotional. Like, let's be personally honest. At the end of the day, St. Michael's, y'all motherfuckers is gonna kill each other off. And I'm going to be personally honest with you. Y'all going to kill each other off because you know what? Y'all can't get along. All of y'all have to be always have to rule something. Always have to be a fucking king. Y'all can't play y'all role. This is why when y'all try to build America in the first place, y'all couldn't do it. Because y'all couldn't get along. Or grow or create anything. Y'all couldn't even create anything in Europe. You needed the Moors. You needed the black faces. You needed the black man, the soul brother. Like, let's personally be honest. You couldn't do it by yourself. Then when we helped you, well, when we did it, you took all the credit. You rather give Chinaman the credit of building the train tracks than to give black people the credit of building the train tracks. And the black people done it. Shalom, shalom, OC. Salute, salute.
My elderly parents, the father of my children, and I'm not going to live in fear. I'm not going to be terrified, and I'm going to figuratively fight back, figuratively push back, and protect my safety. Today, I'm going to lead a floor debate against Ilhan Omar. Lucas was asking about a prominent Democrat celebrating the murder of Charlie Kirk. They're everywhere. But let's start with Ilhan Omar, who's right down the hall from me right now. I'm in Congress at the Capitol, who celebrated the murder and political assassination of Charlie Kirk by saying that people who were mourning his death were full of shit, excuse my language, but no, and is posting content celebrating his murder, calling Charlie Kirk a terrorist. I can't even with these people because they just won't tell the truth. And like, I love having a debate. I love coming on and having a conversation, even when we disagree, Pierce. But there's never anything ill or negative or like, I don't want to bring harm on anybody, but we have to tell the truth. And how do you unite with people who refuse to tell the truth, who continue to lie? I don't know how you continue to have a conversation with these people. We have to shun them.
Do you have to be careful? You know, I watched Pam Bondi trying to explain that.
I'm gonna say this, all right? And I might start a conversation for saying this. Yeah, he was. I agree to OC. I'm gonna say this. This is the bullshit that we said when they try to take black history out of schools. This is the bullshit. You started caring about everybody else's. Oh, we care about how the white kids is gonna feel when we learn about, slavery. We don't know what it's gonna start. But look at what y'all are pushing now. Y'all rather lie than tell the truth. What she's doing is lying. Then she's gonna shit on somebody else who lies. Bitch, you lie too all the time. You look like a fucking liar. We knew this shit was gonna happen. Why you think black people didn't say shit about them when they took the shit out of the schools? Only niggas who didn't know nothing yet, and we had it like, yo, chill, what? Sit back and watch. These niggas is gonna fail. These niggas is always gonna need our help. These are nigga needers. They can't do it by themselves. They can't. Look at, she's struggling. Oh, you can't talk to these people. It's because they lie. Bitch, you've been lying for fucking 400 years ever since you stepped a foot in the North America. Y'all been lying. Y'all lied and told everybody that Christopher Columbus founded America. Bold-faced lie like y'all niggas didn't know that. Then y'all played stupid. Oh, we didn't know that wasn't true. Niggas been saying that shit for almost 80 years. Then you find out the nigga never went to America. He went to the Caribbean islands. Yeah. Shout out to OC. That's the truth. They figuring out that shit the hard way.
Hate speech is something that the Attorney General believed should be pursued with the full force of the law. And I recoiled from that, as did many on the right, because actually the First Amendment protects hate speech. It doesn't protect incitement to violence or acts of violence, but you can say hateful things and be protected under the First Amendment. And it was pretty staggering to hear an Attorney General who didn't seem to realize that. Some have criticized you because you have a hotline. You've encouraged people to call in And, if people are saying bad things about Charlie Kirk and so on, there will be people on the left saying, well, this is just complete hypocrisy, because really what you're operating with this is a form of the very cancel culture that you and others on the right have always professed to hate. What do you say to that?
Thank you.
Well, this is a cancel culture, and I have voted and I've supported legislation that protects the freedom of speech, that protects the First Amendment. I've been out there on the Epstein files too, protecting survivors.
She's talking about lying. This bitch is lying. Nancy, you always lie. You lie more than say just yes, Nancy. Like, you can't be lying like this. Then she got then she got Christian earrings on lying. This bitch ain't got no more.
By the way, there are Republicans out there who are very vocal, like myself. But free speech has consequences. And I'll quote Ilhan Omar, who tweeted that you have the right to say anything you want. You have the right to those opinions, but there are consequences. And if you are around children, my particular focus is on the educational system, those that are teaching our kids or in the classroom, and those who are making healthcare decisions for people. I don't want the bias and those who are celebrating the murder of a political class, a political...
Shabaka, you got to stop acting like a little bitch right now, all right? We got to be personally honest. You've been acting like a bitch for the last 3 or 4 months because we exposed you for being a sucker that you are. You got to stop that bitch made shit. If you want to, I'm going to say this. Personally, I enjoy you when you're on the show because we just look at stupidity all day. But if you want to go and bitch at somebody, go bitch to these white people. These white people will listen to you. Well, they'll act like they're listening to you. Black Americans ain't going to listen to you because it's stupid. This is why I say, yo, fuck your feelings. Now, all of a sudden, y'all have a problem. Give me a second. So yeah, it's just you can't. This is what comes with the bullshit, Shabaka. Like I said, your generation failed us. You shouldn't be saying anything. Don't say anything. You failed us. You're the reason why we're in this situation as it is.
Side that they don't agree with. They should not be making medical decisions for others, and they should not be indoctrinating our kids. We look at Tyler Robinson, 22-year-old kid who self-admittedly murdered Charlie Kirk because he didn't like his opinions and thought he was full of hate. They're condoning this. They're endorsing this. He was radicalized, we believe, at school and in the education system. We can't allow that. I mean, when I was growing up, teachers were just normal. You had no idea what their politics were. And now kids are forced to say,
teachers didn't look
what are your
hot
pronouns?
either,
And can you define 100 genders? And, they're being influenced and inspired and radicalized. And this can't be happening. This is how we got here. And we have to admit that this is the truth and that we're going to work together.
Bitch, I'm radical. Hey, what's going on, Star Manning? Starch Manning, I remember you from yesterday or 2 days ago. I'm going to say this. Teachers didn't look like what they look at now, man. What? These teachers look like freaks. What? Woo-wee. Hell yeah, you get yourself a little teacher, man. Yo, you in the game. This lady, yeah, she lying. She lying with Christian earrings on. That's the crazy part. Thank God she's not near no fucking Bible. Jesus Christ.
To end it, and they don't want to. They don't want to. And I don't know what else to do. I want to defund the schools that allow teachers that celebrate murder to stay there and stay employed. I want to defund them, and I want to shame these teachers out of existence. I don't want them anywhere near my kids, no, or yours.
Nancy Mace, thank you very much indeed for joining me.
Thank you.
Let's go back to the panel.
Well, first of all, I find it ironic that Nancy Mace is talking about telling the truth, yet she's the person who blamed the shooter in the Charlie Kirk murder as a transgender. I find that very ironic. She also called me a Democrat. I'm not a Democrat. I'm a registered independent that is anti-Donald Trump. So I want to be very clear on that as well. Listen, now she mentioned Ilhan Omar. If that's true about Ilhan Omar and she made those statements, I totally disavow that. But I don't think anybody could name me 3 Democrats that are celebrating Charlie Kirk's death that are elected officials. Number 2, every Democrat out there is saying this is wrong for the most part. Political violence, we should never celebrate it. And all the right is doing is blaming it on the radical left, including Donald Trump. Nancy Mace wants to say to bring people together. Donald Trump has divided us by blaming the radical left for what took place here.
But
when you
would
look
be
at the
blaming.
actual
Okay, but
statistics,
Brian, be honest.
But you got to understand too, Starch Manning, if you defund public education, where are you going to get the money from? Who's going to go to school? If the community is already poor, defund programs for the poor, like Jesus said. And I don't think Jesus said that either. Starch Manning. Put the homeless in jail just like Jesus. Jesus Christ. Starch Manning, you're a very interesting person. I wouldn't defund those schools. I will give funding to school because you got to look at it. Basically, 80% of people go to public schooling. Where is this other 80% going to go if they're not going to no public school? If there's no jobs, there's no way of making money. Like if they're not a hustler like us. I don't know if you're black or white, but I'm going to say this. There has always been an obstacle for us. When we thought of easier ways of doing something, they made laws so it can be even harder for us to get stuff. It has always been like that. I think it's a joke. Oh, okay, if it's a joke. But yeah, I have to explain that because there's certain people that do think that, Starch Manning. So if it's a joke, my fault. I didn't catch on. But yeah, there's people that actually think that. Like, there's people, it's crazy. And I don't think, oh, no. That's why I said if it's a joke, I'm just saying there's a lot of people that do believe this. Like I'm gonna give you an example. I live in Massachusetts. There's a thing called MECO. They take people from the inner cities and bring them out to the suburbs so they can go to school and stuff. Most people don't understand those are public schools as well. You know, and those people got money. They get the best education. They get all this other education. I went to a school that lost their accreditation. And I didn't get my my school didn't get their accreditation back until probably my junior year. Oh no. I'm explaining. There's some people that we gotta yeah, there's some people that believes that. I know you joking. But yeah, it's crazy. My little brother went to a MECO school. He went to Cohasset. His football team was Division 1. You know, I was actually explaining this in the reparation meeting. It's the crazy part. Like that's why I was explaining it now cuz I was just kind of reminiscing about it cuz this actually, I had to explain this to somebody who was black but didn't understand. It's so yeah, like, cause there was this lady. I think she was batshit crazy. I'ma personally say that. I think she was batshit crazy. She was talking about, oh yeah, I was teaching kids to how to read and stuff like that, and how kids are reading at a 3rd grade level and stuff like that. I'm a teacher. I taught the kids how to read, and my kids is great. And I had to explain to her, like, not all teachers teach like you. You know? You can't blame the students. You got to figure out what is the problem. You know? It's crazy. Like, how did it go with the reparation? I will say this. I didn't know how much trauma that a lot of people suffer from. Like, black Americans suffer from. Like, that's why I said I was there with people who were batshit crazy. One lady was asking for $800,000. Then when you ask her what is she gonna do with the $800,000, she's like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna." What the lady said? It was so crazy. She was like, "Oh yeah, man, it'll help me live." I'm like, yo, what the fuck is? And I was explaining, I was like, yo, I think, yeah, we should care about the money, but I think we need to worry about reconstructing ourselves too, because there's a lot of mental illness that we're going through as black Americans. Niggas ain't getting reparation. It's a pipe dream. Kwame, the fuck, man? Just, Kwame, man. This is why you're a bitch ass nigga. I always got to tell you that. You're a bitch ass nigga that like bussy, you know? And I even congratulated you, Kwame. I even congratulated you and your boyfriend on getting married. You know, I don't know which one of y'all niggas is the fiance, but my nigga, I gave you your shout outs yesterday, and you still act like a bitch. Now we know who the fiance is. You know? You gotta cut that shit out, Kwame, man. Like, you lose me, man. Like, I met Kwame lying. Like, Kwame ain't gonna change. Kwame's a liar. I remember Kwame sent me this video, and it was so cut and edited out, talk about, yo, this is the truth. This nigga's a certified pathological liar. It's crazy.
If it was the other way around, and the investigators said publicly, as they have, as has the governor of Utah, that all the evidence.
But shout out to Starch Manning, yo, you always doing your thing, man. Thanks for the comment, U2OC. Kwame, you're a bitch ass nigga, so I'm not gonna thank you. Shabaka, you always talking about Africa. Just go to Africa, my nigga, and eat your baboon fucking knuckles.
Pointed to this person being radicalized by the far right, you would not hesitate to say this was a far right assassination, and you would go on a massive rant about it. So there's a double standard there, right?
No, you're wrong. You're wrong. I don't do that, Pierce. You could look at my social media. No, you're wrong. Here's what I do. I call out political violence on both sides. If you recall, Pierce,
that wasn't my point. No, hang on. I'm not disputing that.
Yeah.
I'm just saying if he was a radical right, if he'd been radicalized by the right, I don't think you would be saying people shouldn't be talking about the radicalization.
No, it's Starch, man, it's all right if you're a Republican or independent or a Christian. It doesn't matter. The problem is people weaponizing Christianity. We just seen a lady go on live and just lie with fucking Holy Cross earrings on. We can't do that, you know. We got to figure this shit out, you know. Well, we don't have to figure it out. It's just the liberals and the conservatives are going to have to figure that shit out. We already did as much as we can, you know, so now it's just time for them to pull themselves up by the bootstraps, you know.
The reason why, Pierce, I ever bring up the radical right is because the right never takes responsibility, literally, for anything.
But nor is the left.
Blamed Donald
But nor
Trump.
is the left.
Listen,
the left, having
I'm
said
not
this
one
for
of-
years,
Pierce,
now is doing exactly the same thing. I saw Jimmy Kimmel
Pierce,
literally going
I'm
on.
very-
I saw Jimmy Kimmel go on a rant saying
Pierce,
this guy
Pierce.
was a MAGA guy, the shooter. Complete lie.
Pierce, I'm always consistent on this issue.
No, Shabak, no, Kwame, I'm not shocked. Because if you ever notice, even in history, look at history. And like I talked about it, when white Europeans came to America, they tried to build America themselves. They couldn't do it because they couldn't get along. It has always been like this. This is just history repeating itself and them not fixing it, you know? It has always been like that. It always had. Look at Civil War. It was over who wanted to control black people. So it's not hate. It's just history repeating itself. Republicans, like, don't forget, we can't act like the Republicans, fucking extremists, wasn't attacking liberals. This is why they had to put hate crimes out here. It wasn't just, oh, well, you know, we just want to do this to protect people. No, they did this because this is what was going out here. These neo-Nazi skinheads was actually out here killing people, shooting people, fighting people. You know, this isn't nothing new. This is why black people say, yo, we're staying out of this. This has nothing to do with us. Only time liberals and conservatives ever really got along is if they shitting on black people. They don't want to look at our history, honestly. They want to wrap themselves around flags and crosses. No, it's true. It's just, you're right about that, Starch Manning. It's just, they're going to have to start looking in the mirror, because if not, this shit's going to happen again, or y'all might have a civil war. Y'all might have a civil war with each other. And it doesn't look like that, because they'll call the U.S. Marshals on y'all niggas and get y'all straightened up. And there'll be all these Ashley Babbitts all around here, getting shot. The government will not play. One thing the government do not play with is their fucking money. I will say that. They do not play with their fucking money. So it might be a civil war. It was the liberals versus conservatives versus the U.S. military. It might actually really be that. It's just, y'all got to get y'all shit together, Like, y'all gonna have to figure out how to get along. Like, all this shit, like, we know about Charlie Kirk. You can't just say, like, oh, well, you know what? We didn't use his messages right. No, we know what Charlie Kirk said. Charlie Kirk said some fucked up shit. Then we can't act like he will debate anybody. There was so many people that he would not debate. Till this day, there's a lot of people that Charlie Kirk would not debate. I've been talking about Charlie Kirk for like 6-7 months. I've been calling him a piece of shit for 6-7 months. I've been showing videos like, yo, this is how this nigga is. He is a racist, but at the end of the day, he is what he is. So what? I don't lose sleep because of that type of shit. That's the thing. But it's gonna come a place. It's gonna be a coming time where y'all gonna end up killing each other again, and we can't get involved in that, because at the end of the day, it's not our war. We fought too many wars in America, and we got nothing from it. Like, if we talk about the Civil War and stuff like that, we were gonna kill y'all anyways. Down south, we were gonna kill you. We was already planning to kill y'all. This was just easier, just going to the north and aligning ourselves with them. They would have never won the war without us. If you notice, there was a lot of, I don't think people understand, and I don't think people understand and know that there was a lot of black people revolting, black natives revolting. There was a lot of killing going on. This is why Abraham Lincoln wanted, to free black Americans. Because at the end of the day, they were losing money. It wasn't adding up. It wasn't making no sense. So it's just, it is what it is. Kwame, stop talking stupid shit. Jesus Christ.
It doesn't matter whether it comes from the right or the left. It's wrong. We need to call out political violence on both sides of the aisle.
We should also be unafraid to.
Yeah,
but Brian, you're missing my point. We should also be unafraid to call out radicalization where we see it as a primary motivation for these assassinations.
So do you think this shooter was a radical leftist?
I think this person was, as the investigators are saying,
that he used.
I'll come to you in a moment, Lucas. As the investigators are saying, and as the governor is saying, the governor has hit a very, in my view, sensible tone throughout all this. As they've all been saying, all the evidence is pointing to a young man who was radicalized to the left.
Okay, so let me respond to that real quickly. So first of all, even if that is true, I totally disagree with what Megyn Kelly said. If you're somebody who wants to kill somebody because you disagree with their beliefs, then there's something wrong with you. You are crazy. So Pierce, even if that was true, now we know he comes from a conservative Mormon family.
Yep.
I don't really care what his political affiliation is. I'm grateful that his father, and a transgender, by the way, who two people on this panel continue to attack, there's a transgender that we should be thanking.
The two people on this panel haven't even got a chance to say a word yet. Because
shut
just letting them talk.
All right, let me bring in the two women here. Let me bring in Gillian.
Who they are. We actually don't need
hang on,
to say
don't all
anything.
talk at once, please. Can the two men shut
are.
up for a moment? Gillian.
There are so many lies here. I don't know which to tackle first. The reality is that we are here because
I'm going to skip this a little bit, but I'm going to say this, Shavaka. Pan-Africanism hasn't done shit. Y'all just been selling niggas wolf tickets for 60 years. This is why real black people didn't want to fuck with y'all in the first place. Y'all been talking about go back to Africa. Nigga, who wants to go back to Africa and have no sneakers on running in dirt? You think a black girl gonna wanna wash her pussy in fucking alligator water? Are you fucking serious? Nigga, if you wanna go live like a fucking savage, my nigga, by all means do it. But stop shitting on people who don't wanna live like that. Y'all haven't done shit. Niggas been giving you their money and y'all haven't been doing anything from it. I have donated to fucking Pan-Africanism and y'all have done shit. Y'all help nobody but yourselves. Kwame always talking about a Pan-African community. It's only fucking immigrants that want to benefit off of black fucking achievements. That's it. You don't live in a Pan-Af, you live in an immigrant community.
Of the very things you guys are doing in this
You
moment.
can't. And the thing about it, Quan, you got to know what fleeing is. I didn't flee from another country. This is why we always get it fucked up. It's still North America. That's not fleeing. How the fuck you get fleeing from a... How do you compare fleeing from a country, changing your whole life, the way you live, the way how you looked at life, from moving to another state? Are you fucking serious? Are you serious? You left a majority black country to move amongst white people. White people that you talk shit about. That shit don't make no sense. Don't make no sense. This is why we say you can't blame white people. You chose to move to America.
Refuse to engage in any sort of intelligent dialogue or debate. You just name call. We're bigots. We're racist. This is exactly how we got here. This kind of othering, this kind of demonization. If you guys want to have an intelligent conversation about something that I have said, something that Riley has said, or something that Charlie has said, I'm absolutely here for it. But in this moment, you are very clearly showing the world that you are an integral part of this problem, and it's irrelevant what side of the aisle you're on. It's a human characteristic of demonizing others, and you both have it.
All right, Riley.
Can I just...
Yeah, I mean,
Riley
I
will
would just
go
like the
next.
opportunity to defend myself for a second, because Brian, what you said is like the most
Bitch, we don't care
ill-informed
about your career.
slander
Riley,
of
may I
me,
ask you a question?
and say that I have not been a voice for
Riley?
the Epstein victims is ridiculous.
We're going to bring in another guest
Okay.
now, Jeffrey
Yep.
Starr, who's a cosmetics influencer. Thank you very much indeed for joining me, Jeffrey. You've gone viral.
Hey, Kwame, is that
You've
your
gone viral this
fiance?
week for this TikTok live.
Hey, I think that's Kwame's fiance, actually. You know, shout out to Kwame and his fiance. That's his fiance. They getting married. Yo, when are y'all getting married, Kwame? Stop acting like racist and fascist, and we'll stop calling you. Yeah, it's just... This is why when I first started podcasting, I'm going to tell y'all this. When I first started podcasting, because this has like, we're going to spend like 10 more minutes on this. I'm going to say this. When I first started podcasting, one thing I was very, very against is red pill community. And the reason why I was against the red pill community, because they gave out false information. You know? And like when I say false information, they're telling people, oh yeah, you gotta be a man. You gotta put up with certain stuff, and if there's like 10 guys there, I'm gonna have to fight. Just shit like that. You know, the top G shit and stuff like that. Now you look at in 2025, all of these people were fucking exposed. They were all exposed. They've been exposed for all the racist shit that they were talking about. That's why I said the red pill community was never for black Americans. It didn't teach us how to be a man. It didn't teach us how to be responsible. And like they were complaining, they were fighting over a woman making them a ham sandwich or a sandwich. Like, what type of weird shit is that? And like when I'm saying these niggas is getting exposed, fucking Andrew Tate got caught looking at transgender porn. He got caught looking at transgender porn. We caught fucking Walter Weeks buying pussy. Tricking off. Fucking Myron Gaines in bed with white men. Getting sandwiches. Talk about, oh yeah, we doing men shit. Like, are you serious? This is the shit that we talk about. I'm exposing these people now. These are the conservatives. Like, it was so bad that I had a friend that's saying like, yo, man, I've been watching the Fresh and Fit. I was like, nigga, you better be careful with that shit. That shit is not true. Yes, it is and stuff like that. I'm the breadwinner and all this other stuff, yada, yada, yada. I'm supposed to be doing this. I'm supposed to be doing that. I was like, nigga, you better not listen to these cornball ass niggas. These niggas are going to have you bitchless. You're going to be holeless, nigga, fucking around with these niggas. I was like, you think any regular woman is going to put up with them bullshit that them niggas is saying? Them niggas is buying pussy. Oh, don't you buy pussy when you take them out? No, that's not buying pussy, nigga. Buying pussy is, paying them to leave. That's buying pussy. Or your sugar daddy or some shit like that. That's tricking. It's not tricking if you're a trick, you're a trick. By all means, there's nothing wrong with that. Tricky dicky. You tricky dicky out here. You just paying niggas to leave. So it's... I told people the red pill is very dangerous. Yeah, Andrew Tate does kickboxing and all that other cool shit. He was a great kickboxer, don't get me wrong, but he knows shit about bitches. This nigga was looking at men and women. The nigga got CTE from getting kicked in the head with men that now he fell in love with men. Like, y'all gotta be honest. Y'all gotta be careful with these people. This nigga right here, what's his name? Tristan Tate. He was buying pussy too. He flew CJ Miles out. And if you know who CJ Miles is, CJ Miles was a porn star. CJ Miles is a porn star and he flew her out. One of Andrew Tate's baby mother was an OnlyFans model. These are the niggas we're listening to. We can't listen to these niggas. What's his name? Everybody's favorite, Nick Fuentes, out here getting top from men. Doing gay shit. Like this. And the sad thing about it, he's gay because he's a virgin. He hasn't touched pussy ever. But he got top from a boy. So this is the shit that I tell people, y'all gotta be careful with this red pill shit. Look what the red pill turned into. Everybody talking about they're conservative. Charlie Kirk talked about fucking black problems so much that he got popped by his own people. Then we started seeing white on white violence. And the thing about it, who broadcast it? Whose platform it was on? Elon Musk. Elon Musk put the shit out. Elon Musk made the shit freedom of speech. He made it like, we shouldn't be hiding anything. Now he has to drink his own Kool-Aid. Now he has to accept the bullshit. Because he started it. What's his name? Donald Trump. He started the bullshit too. He was the one out here saying all this crazy shit about people. Pulling out false narratives and shit like that. Misinformation. All of a sudden now, he had to live and die on that mountain. Live and die on the mountain you climbed. This is the history we're gonna know you for. Yeah, he's hiding. Elon Musk is hiding. Of course he has to. Cause this shit, you gotta look at it. We would have never seen this shooting. All jokes aside, we would have never seen this shooting if it wasn't for Elon Musk's platform. Now let's think about it. Elon Musk bought Twitter for $44 billion. This is the platform he wanted. Salute, salute. Thanks for the follow. Was it Oreo Luenga? I don't know what that is, but salute to you. Thank you, man. I appreciate that's from Kick, everyone. But we would have never seen Charlie Kirk get murdered if it wasn't for Elon Musk's platform. It's the truth. And he's a weirdo ass nigga too. Niggas is finding out about Elon Musk's father. I know he ain't gonna want niggas to talk about it, but nigga, is it true what they saying about your father? Is it true that this is why niggas don't want to talk about his father? If you don't know what I'm talking about, go watch Captain Tazariot's platform. He'll tell you.
Everyone to speak about their beliefs, whether he believed them or not. Am I a Republican? No, I'm a person. Because I'm standing up for someone that passed away, I'm now being called names in the chat. This is what's wrong with a lot of you people. You will never get far in life. You are sick in the head. Someone just said they're unsubscribing from me. Thank God, please. Because if you believe in they and thems, you're part of the problem. If you're so stupid enough to go against science, please unfollow me.
Jeffrey, what happened to you as a consequence of that going viral?
So about 100,000 people have unfollowed me this week for speaking about Charlie, the entire thing. I can't believe so many people in America are cheering and praising his death. It's honestly disgusting. So while I was live streaming, I found out about what happened in real time, and it was so horrifying and devastating. I followed him for a few years. Do I agree with everything he's ever said? Of course I don't. But I loved a lot of what he said, and it resonates with me. But the good news is hundreds of thousands of more people have followed me, and they're on the exact same page. So I don't care about the following. It's not about that. I just had to speak my mind.
Lying. That nigga always lying.
Have you been surprised, shocked, depressed by the reaction? I'm genuinely stunned. I thought I'd seen everything in the news game going back 40 years. But to see the outpouring of gleeful celebration of a young man's murder for expressing his opinions, and a young man who would deliberately go into the opposition territory, college campuses, and get people to line up and say, come on, argue with me in a respectful way. The idea that he gets murdered for doing that all the time seemed particularly perverse to me. Were you?
Exactly.
How did you feel about it?
I was honestly horrified because I'm someone that's always been outspoken. I love the truth, and for some reason, people are afraid of the truth. I've been told all week, he would have hated someone like you. No, he would have respected me because I'm my own person and I know how to have my own thoughts. So when I saw it in real time, I was completely devastated. I can't believe someone that has an opinion is now dead. It's disgusting.
Yeah, Brian, when you hear that, do you find it disgusting, the reaction that Jeffrey's had?
Yeah, absolutely. 150%. I think anybody who celebrates Charlie Kirk's death is absolutely disgusting. And I applaud you for, doing the right thing and being a good human being and saying this is horrible. Charlie Kirk didn't deserve this. I feel for his kids and his family. Doesn't mean we have to agree with everything Charlie Kirk stood for, which obviously I don't. But for the people that are attacking you on social media...
Everybody, don't forget to like and subscribe and comment. Also, if you want to help the platform, share. Definitely, it helps. Also, if you want to donate and stuff, I'm gonna promote the super chat a little bit more. I'm gonna figure something out. But yeah. If you want to donate, I put it in the live chat. And if you don't got money, don't worry about it. It's just like I said. I know how times is hard and stuff like that. So I'm not gonna, I'm not gonna do what the Fresh and Fits and all those other niggas do. I think that's fucked up. But I'm not gonna do that shit to y'all. I actually like doing this and stuff. And when you do give money, I do appreciate that very well because at the end of the day, everything goes into the platform. I make decent money for myself and stuff, so I don't really complain for anything. And like I said, I'm trying to get the shares up too, man. I think we're gonna do when I hit the 300 shares, I'm gonna do a special show for y'all. I think if I hit the special share, it was If I hit the subscribe, no, if I hit the 300 subscribes, sometime this week or next week, definitely I'm gonna do a special show. I'm gonna figure it out. I might even do just a call in and we just chill. I'm gonna get lit. I'm gonna have y'all on the show and stuff. So definitely we can talk about anything all day. But salute to y'all, man. Thank y'all for everything. I'm gonna say thank y'all again.
I mean, I've gotten death threats as well. It's despicable, and I feel for you. We should be able to have a respectful dialogue about Charlie Kirk, and I would certainly welcome that with Jillian, and I have some questions for her if we have the time.
Well, ask her now.
Okay. Well, Jillian, hi, Jillian. I agree with you. I think respectful conversation and political discourse is good. It's one thing I have in common with Charlie Kirk. Here's what I would say, ask you about. The day Paul Pelosi was bludgeoned with a hammer, the day after that, Charlie Kirk went on his podcast, he made jokes about it, and on his show he asked his listeners to donate to the person who tried to kill Paul Pelosi. Are you willing to admit that that's also wrong? Because Charlie Kirk did that on his show.
If Charlie did that, I 100% agree with you. I haven't seen that. A lot of the stuff.
Charlie did it. I did it too. I said the streets got to eat. That's all I said. The streets got to eat. This is why shit happens. And the shit that Donald Trump be pushing. So, yeah, Donald Trump was pushing that type of rhetoric back in those days. So, at the end of the day, we got to blame Trump for that shit. If Trump, let me tell you something. If Donald really wanted to keep his fucking mouth shut, and half of this shit that goes on in America right now, for the last, we could say 12 years, the last of it, like America wouldn't be like this. Like, it'll be crazy. So it is what it is. Like I said, Black Americans is used to this type of craziness. We're used to these people not being uncivilized. I mean, these people being uncivilized. We're used to that. We're used to the barbaric and the savagery and stuff from conservatives. Like, we can't act like these Republicans are all fucking civil. Did we forget about these rednecks and stuff? These rednecks that are mostly the extremists? The ones that be wilding out? Like, we gotta understand that we gotta look at Capitol Hill. Capitol Hill, when them motherfuckers stormed the White House, most of those people were poor white trash. They were poor white trash thinking that these niggas is about to take their guns. And Ashley Babbitt got shot. She got shot because she was doing stupid shit. We gotta be personally honest. That was so fucking stupid that she did. Why the fuck would you break the window into Capitol Hill and thinking a nigga ain't gonna shoot you? I'm looking at Michael Brett as niggas be looking at Daniel Penny. That motherfucker is a freedom fighter, because at the end of the day, we don't know what could have happened to those people in that building.
That I have seen and experienced with Charlie, he advocates consistently against violence. So if he did that, I am in 100% agreement with you. And in fact, came prepared today to talk about this kind of violence and othering on both sides. And I could talk about I believe it was 2016, when Donald Trump talked about people who believe in the Second Amendment going out and taking care of some of these politicians.
You got to get used to it, because the thing about it, Shabaka, if you don't get used to it, you can't find a solution to it. Like, what happens if something that you're trying doesn't work? You got to be like, well, I'm already used to it, so you know what? We can figure out another way. This is why when people say, oh, you shouldn't get used to it. No, you're supposed to get used to it. So you know what? You can find another tactic of getting out of that bullshit. So if some bullshit happens, you know how to maneuver through it. You see how the world is fucking, America is fucking crumbling right now. Not the black community, but you got these white communities in shambles. Just because this one mediocre podcaster. He was a mediocre podcaster. And people went crazy. They tried to throw God into it. One thing was so disrespectful, they throw God into it because he was a Christian. That shit doesn't mean anything. Thomas Jefferson was a Christian too, and he had slaves and he was raping them. So we can't say that. Stop using God for everything. God ain't got nothing to do with your stupidity.
Who didn't agree with him, because I think the othering and the demonization and the labeling is devastating our culture, and it is literally getting people killed. So if Charlie did that, then I agree with you on that. I'm unfamiliar with it. I'd have to watch it myself.
Right. So, Jillian, I appreciate you giving me that answer, but he also said that Michelle Obama and Joy Reid don't have the processing brain power to be taken seriously. He called gay people destructive. He said Taylor Swift should submit to her husband. He also said that he blamed Jewish money for ruining America. Again, let me preface this by saying,
I watched a lot of that stuff.
The death of Gazan, those fellow in
I've
Gaza.
watched a lot of that stuff, and that's mischaracterized. And when he was talking about DEI, it actually is, and I'm more than happy to send you numerous videos where Charlie talks about the conservative movement and how there is absolutely room for people who are gay, and goes on to admonish somebody who says that there are not. He talks about Dave Rubin. He talks about Peter Thiel. Okay.
This is the
I'm giving you the exact
Jillian.
words out of his mouth. I happen
is
to be
literally-
a
Jillian,
woman. I am married
Jillian, just
to
let me respond.
You don't want
10
the
seconds.
Truth. Okay.
Jillian. No, Jillian, I just want 10 seconds respectfully. Thank you. I'm sure that Charlie Kirk has said a lot of nice things about a lot of people. But I'm sure he said a lot of nice things about people, but that doesn't take away the bad things that he said also. I played those videos on my show yesterday. I didn't take them out of context. These are
Okay.
I didn't take them out of context. Okay, so explain to me when Charlie Kirk says that blacks were better off in the 1940s and that the Civil Rights Act should not have been passed.
I actually can explain that in detail. I can explain that in detail. There's an hour and 22-minute long podcast where he dives into it. And what he goes on to talk about is that the intentions of the Civil Rights Act were fantastic. The desire for equal opportunity, but that because it was so broad and so vague, it made room for things like demanding equal outcomes. He cites a case where teachers in New York have to take a basic standardized test, okay? And this started in the 1980s and the 1990s. Unfortunately, Black and Hispanic teachers didn't pass at the same rate that whites and Asians did. Now, instead of looking at why is this happening, where is the disparity, how can we fix this, what's broken with the system?
That's not true. This bitch stay lying. We're not gonna hear her talk because she lying.
He outright says
to paint a broad spectrum of a group of people.
He outright says that first of all, Charlie doesn't even believe in race. He goes on to talk about how it's a social construct. He goes on to praise Martin Luther King's position.
So why do you talk shit about black people if you don't believe in a social construct? And see, this is why I said it's the hypocrisy, and this is why I'm doing this shit on conservatives. Y'all niggas is crazy out here. Like, I'm gonna say this to a lot of the white community. If you're gonna pick a party, please pick independent. Niggas is gonna think y'all motherfuckers is crazy. I'm gonna be personally honest. Y'all need to go independent. This conservative shit is gonna, this conservative shit is gonna drag you to hell. It's gonna drag you to hell.
That we shouldn't judge men on the color of their skin, but on the quality
You mean the same Martin Luther King who he vilified?
Do you know what he vilified
what are we talking
him over?
about? This
can
is
I,
the
can I,
hypocrisy
let me
I'm
answer
talking
you. Let me answer you. Let me answer you. Actually.
Also, is this the same
What he
Jeffree Star that said the
criticized-
N-word
Let me
and called black
answer
women nappy-headed?
You don't want the
I know
answer.
this can't be the same Jeffree Star.
Let me answer.
Yo, this nigga is about to cook right now. Hold on. This nigga was ready. He was ready.
Let me answer you. Actually.
Also, is this the same
What he
Jeffree Star that said the N-word
Let me
and called black women
answer you.
nappy-headed?
You don't want
I
the
know this
answer.
can't be the same Jeffree
bitches.
Star.
Let me answer you.
I've never said
about
that.
Yeah, you
Please
did,
stop
bitch.
lying.
Don't
Yeah, you
Literally
did.
have it on video.
That's all they've done this whole
his
show.
top
Jeffree.
criticism of MLK.
He
this
literally
is
just
actually
made
most
that up.
interesting.
No, he
Oh
didn't.
my god.
Google it.
His top.
I hear what you're saying,
criticism of
Jillian.
MLK.
I absolutely understand what you're saying.
You
and I
don't.
would argue
Let
that
me
it's
tell you
admissible.
his top criticism. His top criticism.
How are you
is
going to
that
tell
he's
me
the
what
first-
he said? We've seen what he said. I'm very familiar
Clearly
with
you
Charlie Kirk. I was a part of
haven't.
Turning.
Clearly
I
you
was literally a
haven't.
part of Turning Point USA at one
Clearly.
point. So I'm very familiar
Okay,
with it.
so tell me
but the
what
problem
did
is
he,
the
what were his
scrutiny.
top,
The,
what were his top
the scrutiny
criticisms?
the issue that I have is that the
You will
scrutiny
not
that you're
let me
levying.
say it because it's totally antithetical to your narrative.
It's not about
his top
antithetical. It's
criticism
about as
is
far as
that-
fact checking.
Then let
Did
me
you
say
fact
it.
check
Then
anything
let
that
me
he
say
said?
it. I listened
Did you fact
to it
check
this
anything that he
morning.
said? I didn't ask that. I asked, did you fact check anything that he said?
Every
Piers,
single
can this like be
thing.
muted?
Yeah, I don't really know what we're getting to because every time she tries to explain to you, Lucas, you just talk
Apologies.
over her.
Go ahead, by all means.
Well, no,
Tell me your
Jillian,
perspective of
You
what
know,
you
in the
Forcing
top
her-
race because somebody
Is some-
thought it was a good idea for a 6'3" male to compete in her.
about as far as the trans issue, as far as men going to the women's bathroom while befriending someone who is literally a part of that problem.
I can be
let me ask you, Riley,
cordial
are
with
kids
someone
born trans?
and still
Are kids
acknowledge
born
a
trans,
problem.
Riley?
That is a foreign concept to
Riley,
you
are
and
kids
Brian.
born trans?
Clearly, not me.
Riley,
not
are
me. Not
kids
Charlie
born
either,
trans?
by the way.
Are
Not Charlie
kids
either.
born trans, Riley?
Can I just say?
Are kids born trans?
Can I just have 20 seconds? Can I just have
you know
20
what?
seconds just to?
Yo, this shit was crazy. This shit was crazy. And shout out, I think it was OC that told me to watch this video too. Was it you, OC, that told me to watch this? I think it was you or Dorsey. Shout out to y'all too, because y'all, you, E Will, Shabaka sometimes, Kwame when he's not being a bitch ass nigga. Y'all be holding this show down, man. And also too, shout out to the new member, Starch Manny, Oreo something, UTKUD, Alizé. Shout out to the new members too, man. Salute. And Casey, there's quite a few actually. Let me not say that. There's quite a few of y'all. But we're gonna watch half of this video right here. It was a very interesting video. I want y'all to watch it. Charlie,
first two disagreements that you had with me. Yeah, you can definitely let me know some other ones that you. It's like my daughter will have that baby. That's his take.
Yeah, but if you let the rest of the video play, I mean, it's subjective. Everybody's going to feel differently watching that. But if you just have that short video, it makes it seem like he's a monster. I don't care. Anti-abortion. She having a baby. You know, it could be for anything because my way or the highway or whatever the case may be, bro. Everybody's not informed on Kirk and his reasonings why. And if I think that you let the video play and he gives you his reasonings why, people would understand it. They may not agree with it, but they'll understand it and they'll take a blow away from how they're initially feeling about him being a monster.
Well, they'll see him still as a monster because no matter how much you explain it from a religious
But that's your opinion, though, because I don't see him as a monster.
But that was my whole point. Do you remember what the greater point of that whole section was? That section was about the fact that some people view him as a monster, including me. I don't like the guy. I didn't think his politics were good. That's my personal opinion. I think I'm free to say that. And I played clips that, to me, showcase his stances on things that I just don't agree with and I think are disgusting. Forcing your 10-year-old daughter to have a baby, okay, that after she was great, okay? You could say it's great for religious reasons. You could give whatever justification you want. There's nothing in there that took him out of context.
It is because if you having that short snippet, people are not gonna know why he's doing it. They're just gonna know he's doing it. If he gives justification of why, and he gave very clear reasons of why, that's going to make some people look at it different. You're putting this. You know what I mean? Like it's like showing a video of somebody shooting somebody in the head, but just randomly, but you figure out that this motherfucker killed my mom, then it makes sense.
No, because the people who are following this or people who are tuning into this stuff know that Charlie is a political speaker who's incredibly Christian.
You're making that assumption though, bro. You're making that assumption because now since Kirk has died, there are so many people that are just now learning about Kirk. There's so many people that didn't know before. There's so many people that didn't know before. So if you put that narrative out, this is a big reason why so many people don't like Kirk because they get some of these short reels taken out of context. If you add
but
context,
they're not out of context. It's not a context.
It is. Well, it's not. It's not with the entire context.
It's not, Stevie. If someone says I'm anti-abortion, I'm a Christian, we know why you don't want an abortion.
In that clip you put, he didn't say he was Christian though. He just said she just gave an example and he said no, she can have a baby. He didn't say he was Christian.
This guy was all over the world, all over the news.
But you're making an assumption, though, bro. You're making an assumption.
I'm not
yes,
making
you are.
an assumption.
Everybody doesn't know Kirk, bro.
No, hold up. Everybody who saw that clip of him getting murdered knew he was a political speaker who's Christian. There's not a person who didn't see that clip, who didn't see the news reports, who didn't know what he was.
That's absolutely cap, bro. That's cap. That's not true. That's not true. You can't speak for everybody in the world, dog. I know personally because I talk to people now that had no idea who the fuck Kirk was. Now they see him on his timeline going, and they don't know who the fuck he is. That's false, bro.
He has the very standard cookie cutter Christian view on it.
Regardless, you're making the assumption that people know, dog, and that's a dangerous game. You got to give them. You got to give them more.
That's not an assumption, boss. I'm sorry. Anybody who's following this knows he's a Christian political speaker. I'm sorry, but I'm just not buying that. In fact, everyone's been introducing him as such, so we know why he does not like abortion.
All right.
I don't
no,
need to
you know, and a lot of people do know. Everybody doesn't know, dog. And you got to be fair and give the reason why. You got to give the justification why. If you just say he's doing this, they go, oh, he's a motherfucker because he's gonna force a 10-year-old to have a fucking daughter. But if you go let the shit play and he gives the fucking girl the business of why he made her look stupid. To me, it may not look. It may not.
But that's because you're probably anti-abortion.
No, right? I don't know. I could care less. I respect his stance. I'm not pro. I'm not anti. I respect his stance. I don't agree with it, of course, but I respect it because he's standing on 10. Like I'm a Christian through and through.
My point still 100% stands. At the end of the day, if you are going to force a 10-year-old to have a baby because you believe abortion is wrong, it's okay for people to say you're a disgusting person. And other people can agree with your stance and say you're cool. My entire
that wasn't
point
my argument. My argument was you took about the context. People can say what they want to say, but you took about the context and you're manufacturing a narrative.
I'm not manufacturing a narrative. The narrative was very clear. He's a Christian man. He's against abortion.
You didn't have Christian in that clip, though.
I didn't have to because everyone knows who
Everybody does not know. Look in your. I mean, I'm sure.
This is how desperate the white supremacist is right now. They're fighting over this nigga's comments. You can't revise history. Nigga, if you're a piece of shit type of nigga, you're just a piece of shit type of nigga.
We'll agree to disagree, but I think that's not taking someone out of context. If someone says
it is absolutely out of context,
if someone says
bro.
I'm a Muslim,
come on, but you smarter than that, dog. You wanted to
no. I think you're
smarter
reaching.
than that, dog.
I think you're definitely reaching. But it's
how am I reaching? How am I reaching? If you that's the definition of manufacturing a narrative, bro. He said, I'm gonna force the 10-year-old to have a fucking baby. That's it. It's all everybody gonna see. There's no more context. If you didn't give a motherfucker the opportunity to explain why.
No. He's the most viral person in the world. People know he's a political commentator. They know he's Christian. I'm not buying that, but we'll agree to disagree. Okay. That's not taking someone out of context. If you're not an unknown person, we know where you're standing. We know what you're there for. Okay. But we'll agree to disagree. This is another point you made, and this is one I thought was crazy. You played the other clips of Kirk. You kind of said there's nothing bad about this when he said he wanted Biden to be executed or given the death penalty. Mm-hmm. You don't think that people should hate somebody like that, or some people might hate somebody for that reason? For saying violent things like that?
Yeah, that's their opinion.
Okay, so what's the problem with my stance in this whole thing? You were saying what
that video wasn't that video to me.
Oh, that was him?
Wasn't personally for me that wasn't as important. It didn't get my attention as much as the first two. Right? It's a bunch of motherfuckers that don't like presidents for whatever the reason is. Like, he ain't the first person to say he want to see a president die. Everybody want to see Trump die. They deserve to die? The people want to.
Nigga, we're not talking about Donald Trump. We're talking about Joe Biden. Stop deflecting, Stevie. This is the shit that y'all got to stop. Like, whatever's good for the geese is good for the gander. When y'all niggas wasn't saying shit before, you can't get mad. You can't get mad over the results.
They deserve to fucking be killed because they hate Trump, want to see him dead?
But that's my whole point. My point is, people should be allowed after Charlie Kirk's death to say, I didn't like the guy.
But that's not what I said, though. I never argued your reason to feel how you feel. I said I was only focused on the fact that you're manufacturing a narrative.
Well, no. In the clip you said, oh, these are the hateable clips. I don't see it. That's what you said.
All right, I'm gonna look it up.
Mm-hmm.
But that's my whole point. You're taking it from your perspective because you don't think those opinions are that crazy, right?
Yeah, they crazy, but I'm not diminishing their feelings about it. They can hate it. I don't agree, but I'm not saying they're wrong and hating it. I never said that.
Okay, another point that you made. I played a second clip, and this is probably one of the wilder clips. A young man goes up to Charlie Kirk during that debate, and he says to him, hey, what do you think about school lunches for kids? And Charlie laughs at him. He says, there's no starvation in America. We have an obesity problem. Nobody here is going without food. And then you agreed with him. You said there's no starvation in America. Go get food stamps. You can get food at churches. There's no reason to starve. Do you remember that?
Yeah, there's no reason to starve in America. It's like 1% of households have like I guess, technically a hunger issue, bro. But people are not starving to death in America, bro. Motherfuckers are fat as hell. That's a fact.
Okay. And see, this is the problem I have with like people who are pro-life, and not you specifically, but people like Charlie Kirk. They're so obsessed with keeping fetuses alive, they pretend it's like this big virtue. And then when a child is born, they're like, fuck you, your parents take care of you. It's actually probably one of the most hypocritical, and this is why I think Charlie Kirk is probably a shitty person to me, is that he spent all this time being anti-abortion, but when it comes to every government initiative that's meant to protect kids and keep them good, he was always against it. And to me, it's like, what's the fucking point of keeping this fetus alive if when it comes out, you're like, yo, fuck you, kid. And that's what he did.
He said, fuck you, kid?
No, he didn't, but he might as well have when he's constantly championing everything that's anti-public sector, government involved taking care of kids. Even you saying there's no starvation is like so disingenuous. If you just Google it, there's like so many kids today here in America, you can look it up, the statistics, that have malnutrition, that have food scarcity, that have all these problems. It stunts their growth. It fucks them up in terms of their academic success. And for you guys to sit there and think that food lunches for kids is a crazy idea and parents should take care of them. Some parents are dog shit. Some parents don't take care of their kids. And so that's why these school lunches happen, so that kids who go to school get a meal. But people like Charlie Kirk, and then you did the same thing, are like, oh, the parents take care of it. That's fucking stupid. And I'm like, do you guys even Google this stuff? Do you guys even look into it? But you speak confidently against this stuff that's hurting hundreds and thousands of kids. And I'm like, I don't get it.
I'll ask you a question. Which one is higher, the amount of abortions in America or the amount of starving children in America?
The amount of starving kids in America.
Oh, that's cap.
That's cap? Did you Google it? Did you Google it?
I don't need to Google it, but...
You don't need facts. But you know what? Facts don't care about how you feel about it. I need you to Google it.
Okay. I'll Google it. Well, somebody Google it in the chat, bro. But, but I'm not... Let me figure out the best way to articulate this. Because you have this anger towards Kirk and me and whomever else because we don't support government, not even support government assistance. We're saying the parents should do it. But in the reality of the problem, bro, there's so many different ways that people can eat outside of their parents. There's, bro, food stamps, churches, charities, bro. Like, there's no reason for somebody to starve.
So do you want to
facts, OC? You're right about that.
Go to get food stamps or go to church?
Yeah, their parents should go and food stamps. I just saw in the video, bro. You saw in the video I said it, bro. I'll be jealous when I see the amount of money these people have on food stamps, bro. They be running these EBTs up $400, $500, $600, bro. Like there's no excuse for somebody to be broke or to be hungry. Unless they got they're picky, they're bougie about what the fuck they want to put in their body, dog. But beggars can't be choosers, bro. Like you can't have no filet mignon when you can't afford it, dog. And we live in a capitalistic, we live in a capitalistic country, dog. It is what it is.
Let's take 2 steps back. All right, let's take 2 steps back. Do you agree there's a lot of bad parents out there?
Absolutely. But the world's fucked up, though.
Hold on. Do you agree that there's a lot of parents who neglect those children?
Yeah.
Okay, so do you think that those kids should suffer because they have bad parents?
No. I don't think they should, but bad shit happens.
So wait, you're just gonna let kids suffer?
No, I'm not gonna let them, bro, because there's other avenues. Like if they're going to school, this is a hypothetical, man. But
hold on. What you say? If they're going to school, what? If they're going to school,
if they're going to school, I'm assuming that teachers are aware. They can see someone losing weight, or they see whatever.
But that's what the program's for, Stevie. That's what I'm saying. The program is meant to give kids lunches at school.
No, that's not where I'm going with it. I'm talking about like teachers making calls to get, the correct parties involved to address a child, to find a potential food for them so they can.
Yo, Stevie Knight is just making up shit now. I don't know if he knows how the world is worked, but the world doesn't work like that. And the thing about it, I think this is what I'm gonna say. Stevie Knight thinks he's hurting black people from trying to cut welfare and stuff off. He's hurting mostly the white community. The white